The momentum I was building up and the hype, and we were going to hear our favorite soundtrack, that's out the window for now. We can keep talking. Guys, any final details that you'd like to mention? Me personally, clicky, clicky, clicky. Hear that?
A lot of clicks there.
Clicky.
Like this guy on the screen, right, DJL, he's someone who really kind of, I would say, reinvented this NIPT side. It was looking really, really good, heading into the break, even in Blast as well. And that is something which I alluded to earlier, where the winner in T-side being 11% is abysmal. So that is something I absolutely want to see them completely change, so to speak. But then Mirage T-side, you're going to need some playmakers, baby. I want to see something happen from Nip here.
Yeah, Maui, quickly, anything else you want to add?
Let's go Brolin!
Let's go Flickman! All right, ladies, gentlemen, everyone at home, this is Spirit versus NIP, and we're starting things off on Mirage.
Yes, indeed we are, Parla. Thank you so much. NIP versus Team Spirit. Mirage, map we haven't casted yet, chat. I'm very excited for this, and NIP excited to maybe pick up their first map victory. Not even a best of three series win.
Yeah, just a map on the board right now would be good for the Ninjas. Let's see how they kick this one off on the CT side there. Better side during EPL thus far. We will be checking in with some of those stats that Blair was highlighting a little bit later in the piece, but right now we need to focus towards the B bomb site. Rez is going to call top mid clear. That means Plopsky is going to have all the pressure applied when this U2 comes teaming over.
He's up against all five here. Utility will be deployed momentarily. Plopsky will be backed up by Hampus. The smoke will be dropped, and Hampus, he'll be overran here. This is actually going to be a very difficult round to push back on because the T's are flooding the bomb site. Wonderful will crack it open, and this is the first frag in favor of Team Spirit. NIP will find one. That's S-Tag towards Patsy. Bomb to be planted. Rez coming through the back lines here.
And he's been spotted now. Exchange with Chopper. Chopper trying to reposition here. They do have to worry about Brolin and S-Tag coming through the kitchen, but Rez, if he can be the danger man, if he could have done anything before Siren got involved, Brolin hits the deck. The Goosh comes through. Rez is dead, and now it's just S-Tag. Last man standing, the only Dane in the server. Let's see what he has to say about this.
Yeah, it seems like he might be done for, I'm afraid. Maybe a one kill will be found. A chance for a double. Yeah, very nice shot indeed. But the headline rings that Team Spirit will be picking that first one up. 1-0, and the Force Spy pretty much confirmed here as well on the CT side. S-Tag picks up the Scout. Is the Team Sniper. For better or for worse, he's still getting into that role and having some very good performances, some quiet ones. It's a little inconsistent, but it's going to have to be red hot today to stand a chance against Mr. Wonderful.
Well, just like the team at the moment, right? You heard the desk there highlighting some of the woes with NIP, but they're this squad who, when they always had well, we don't want to say a standing, let's call it a substitute, that they had LNZ or ZTR or one of these names they had standing from the academy. They even had the Orpa Fozy chip on him for a while there. They always would surprise, but now this is their stable roster. This is what they've settled upon. They've got the prized possession of Brolin in their squad, and here into SL Pro League for Season 16, things have not been going swimmingly at all, and either for S-Tag, he's been smoked off, completely obscured. A nice, tiny gap there to work with, but a good execute.
Saving already, Chad.
Yeah, do the double dip, we like to call this one.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely called for. If S-Tag got a couple of frags, or sorry, a couple of tags intact, that would have been fine, but nothing to speak of. The bomb planted, you're smoked out. So one of those rounds where they're not even really looking for exits here, really. Could be the fabled unicorn round, Chad.
It might be favorable for the likes of Chopper and Siren to try and hunt with just these MAC-10s. Not necessarily the worst to lose, but yeah, you bang on. We don't see the unicorn offer, and there's a reason it's called the unicorn round. Likely to see no deaths here, unless somebody sticks around a little bit too long with the bomb.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, well, there's a kill. And that's what you need from the Doctor. The Hampus, he's in. Maybe he's arrived a little bit late, but you know, the doctors, they like to keep everybody in the waiting room. Gonna scoop up that Galil, and that's a massive find. He's being bodyguarded here by multiple members of the squad, so Hampus will retain that with the Scout, the upgraded pistols, the armor, the U2. Okay, round 3, we can have a conversation now.
It's a little bit spicy, isn't it? Might want to give the Deagle over to S-Tag to give him a better sidearm. That's an option for him, or just keep it for himself.
A bish to go with the Bosch,
exactly,
as it were.
That would work out nicely. For now, though, he'll hold on to that silenced default pistol. And round 3, just as palpable, to be honest with you. It's always going to be dangerous, and a bit more firepower behind it as well. A bit more bite with that Galil. As Hampus, the captain, will be wielding it. It's the Scout towards the mid-window this time, and Hampus holding on to the utility in middle.
Okay, well, could just go for it. Very similar round as the previous here. The U2, the wall it goes. They are setting up the multiple Molotovs, one in towards Sandwich, towards the site. The boost over is the gap that Hampus is trying to work with here, and you can see
It's a nice one.
He has something to work with. More utility, though, the later second wave. Chopper spotted with the bomb. It's loose now, in towards the smoke. It's going to get chaotic. Patsy dives into Brolin's grasp as well, and this one falling apart of the seams for Spirit.
It really is. This is problematic and then some. Rez will find the third frag here. Still yet to post a kill on the T side. They're in a 5 versus 2. Wonderful and Magics. Wonderful sub-30 health as well. 3 players towards CT spawn. The bomb in no man's land. And they'll just wait and see if any opportunities will arise, any flanking players they can take down and give themselves some sort of point of access here. Because right now, they've got nothing. The boost was everything there, Chad. With the Galil especially, it was a dream setup. Couldn't have more vision. The bomb gets dropped in a very awkward spot.
Oh.
Magics.
Yeah, you should have seen that.
Might be on the old black bars there.
Still a couple of players out there using the, well, we'll call them blinkers, not horses, but for the players, they like to be laser focused, and Magic's looking for a kill. Will find it. Cops a ton of damage there, and at this point, maybe you just want to save these AKs.
Might have to. NIP alive and kicking. It was the right choice to save the weaponry after the fumbled round in the second. Brolan, the perfect position. Completely nullifies any efforts to retreat and save, at least towards T-spawn. 13 seconds remain now. They need to be very careful they don't die after the time, which is looking like, I dare say Magics might want to get out of the position just to thwart that. I think Brolan's got this kill, no problem, but there it is. Should be fine now. They are going to be chased with a Hampus towards the Palace position, but he's not pushing just yet. There we go. So they will hold on to their finances, their AK-47s, and they can buy up somewhat. It won't be a full buy on the T side, but they'll have something.
Wonderful could drop an AK here. So if he drops an AK, they're going to have 5 AK-47s and a few players skimp on util. So better than it could have been otherwise, but still a nice round for NIP to win. And you saw that second wave of util coming past Hampus on the boost right there. I think Chopper was maybe 1 or 2 paces ahead of that.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. So, bit of a default setup. We have got S-Tag on the AWP, and he makes it sing in this first round. First real gun round, I should say. And you'll see him take down Patsy, one of the key players in the Team Spirit machine. Good smoke as well, trying to retreat here, get out cleanly, if possible.
I want to get away now as Magix is trying to initiate onto A. We'll take down Brolin. S-Tag gets another. Still, hidey hole of the underpass is finding more success. There's a full rotation starting to be called for NIP, but it's a little bit quick.
Yeah, those are confident and assertive frags at the start of the round, really dictating the pace. Drops down towards the underpass, smokes it off, finds that second as well. Really nice stuff from him. 4-on-3 in favor of the Ninjas here.
Be very careful. What is this from S-Tag?
This is what I'm talking about. Once he gets going, he can be very dangerous indeed. That's a lovely little sequence.
He's just jump clearing chair and showing his head top mid and still pulling off a shot like that. So this is a fantastic start from the AWPer on a map where can be their absolute playground. Bomb drop top mid. Just Magix again, hoping to keep that KD stat line looking positive, because he's not going to go down here if he just waits out the next 40 seconds, could hold on to the AK again. We might have a little bit of elevator music filling to do.
It's funny how a couple of days, Chad, completely changes the tone of the tournament, especially for Ninjas. They were kind of in everyone's top 3. Team Spirit would have been the underdogs, but after what we've seen the last couple of days, the conversation is leaning towards, well, if NIP can somehow win this one, they might have a chance going forward. But that's the tone now. It's completely shifted. They've been looking solid the last few months. There's something not clicking at this event.
And Endpoint have helped out today a lot as well,
Absolutely,
right? They've
yes.
really done a favor for the likes of themselves, Fnatic, Spirit, and NIP.
Yep.
Because the top of the group was starting to look like it was consolidated there with the likes of Na'Vi and Vitality. But now, look, it's unlikely that Na'Vi don't go through, but it's now a possibility of a conversation. We don't know which team is going to be looking for half of these spots at this point. So lots more conversation to be had over the next 2.5 days of competition here for Group A.
Yeah, just getting warmed up. Sunday usually not the most exciting in this sort of format, but now with that victory from Endpoint, I dare say it's going to be crucial what those last games will bring to the table.
All right, well, having to stomach a bit of a save here is Team Spirit. Is the saved AK for Magix yet to die with 4 Glocks and 2 flashes. So Magix will be the point man. They have to try and grab him the information and allow him to, look for a pick. But that nade swallowed, 63 points of health remaining here, has been softened up early.
Yeah, that goes directly in the pocket. So the one bit of utility they have left is a flashbang. That's on the back of Patsy's utility belt. As though spots the first, and Brolan will take down Siren, no problem whatsoever. In terms of the setup, 3 players outside A, Chopper holding towards middle, the AK-47 though, in the hands of Boris. Magix will have that at the A ramp, and for now smoked off, and Brolan repositions towards the Palace position. He is a bit of a fiend for feigning smokes, and I'm sure he'll be rewarded once again by holding a very strong position there. A shot from Estag doesn't mean too much though, although Magix has got a little bit of control here. If he gets the kill underneath the balcony position,
good
could be
flash.
everything. But yeah, Estag misses the shot, but essentially gets the kill for the team with that flash.
Yeah, and Patsy went to throw one over the wall as well and just fluffed his line. So this one, business looks to be taken care of here. Only Glocks. Only Glocks. There's an M4. Oh, okay. The lack of ammo there. Wonderful.
No bullets.
Had one in his sights. No ammo left. And, well, it's going to cause a bit of chaos. But all in all, just one kill. And that's going to be a 3-2 scoreline now in the favor of NIP.
It's probably the best position they've been in all tournament, to be honest with you, so not bad. After losing the pistol, they're on their feet. They've got Estag looking decent with the AWP. Rifle is getting warmed up. Has to be mentioned as well, Hampus having to play with alien gear the last couple of days. Hasn't looked his best, but I'm sure he's getting in the zone now. And hopefully we'll see a decent performance come out of the captain. As we get into round 6 here, grenades be thrown towards top and middle, bomb down until it's T spawn. So not expecting anything too fast here. On top of the mid boxes, chop up. Looking to cause some damage here. It's Rez who's just investigating with the AK-47. More than happy to take the duel right now.
And Rez is one of these players that we know can be a force, but been having a rough go of things in recent time. Let's see if he can find a bit of traction here. Well, I say that, it's the entire team been having a bit of a rough go of things, isn't it?
Yes.
Mollied out of position. Bargy in mid with Patsy as multiple nades land on his dome, but it's Chopper the one to draw first blood. As the aforementioned is now going to sit by the wayside for the remaining minute and 10 and turning their affections towards this A bomb site. Spirit are starting to slowly whir into action here. Connector, Palace, A ramp, even a player just under that window.
Yeah, it's down to Estag to deliver here. And Brolan will get the first kill with the CTs, but the aforementioned sniper will be dropped. A lovely shot there from Siren. Should be the round confirmed. There is one last line of defense here, and Brolan, if he takes down Siren, I was about to say if he doesn't get smoked out, he might be able to be onto something here. But Plopsky will bring it into a 3 versus 2. They do fancy it, not done just yet.
Oh,
and that kill
okay.
will actually give them some sort of point of access here.
What's he seen there? Brolan's just got an absolute freebie through the smoke onto Siren. They have kits. The bomb still not even halfway gone yet. So coming in from Swarm, Plopsky making some noise. Magix has heard this, and the orb that's been scooped up from Esatag, that has sealed the deal.
Yeah, clean kill as well. That's going to be the round going in Team Spirit's favor, and tying things up at 3-3. Brolan will have to save the M4 here. Got himself 5 kills so far, but this one slips by the wayside. So Team Spirit recover after losing 3 rounds in a row. They post their first real gun round here, and pretty simple A finish. Nothing too flashy, bit of mid-control at the start. Nice pick towards the connector, in towards the A side they go, weakening those defenses, and it's a pretty clean round.
Now, I was going to save this for the second half, but I think contextually speaking of what we want from NIP in this first half is a pretty commanding CT lead because of the stats that Blair pointed out. Now, here's this spam kill from Brolan again. So does he catch anything under this smoke? He's just flicked right there, so maybe could see something we couldn't through that, but a great kill from Brolan. Now, as mentioned, it was 11.4% win rate for NIP on their T side. That is 5 out of a possible 44
yeah,
rounds.
I was going to say, I heard the number 5 being thrown around. I wasn't sure that was accurate, but yeah, it absolutely is. Nice pick from Rez. Aggressive towards middle again. NIP are ready to fight in this position. No problem whatsoever. Coming out on top once more. The in-game leader will be dropped. Rez takes a ton of damage. They will reposition. He's actually going to tag out with Estag and allow him to go towards the window position with the sniper.
They're ready to deal with B here as well. They still have one player on the catwalk, one player still anchoring the site of Plopsky. This utility from Magix is hoping to be a bit of a ruse here as they throwing deep utility over towards the A side of the map. Still 2 players on B, so this is going to be hard to break. They're going to have to trade efficiently here, Spirit.
Plopsky just looking to do some nade damage here. Brolan gets another kill through the smoke, chat. That's kind of insane how he keeps doing that. Hampers the perfect position here just to lock them in towards the B apartments.
Oh.
A ton of damage, but not quite enough to find his next kill. Wonderful. 50 HP. Magic's just on 9. They're both in the B apartment position. It's a 4
they're locked
versus
in.
2.
They are locked in. This nade could be perfect. Look at it. Oh!
No, that actually would have got a kill as well.
That would have been great. Could have got both.
Yeah. Oh, you hate to see it, but still, the round's not going to slip out of their grasp, but will they be able to save the orb? That's going to be the priority now. You can see the money's very low on the Team Spirit side, so hoping to save those weapons. They probably don't get much further in that position Magix is in right now. Just watching for any CTs hunting them. Crazy if he came out that door, surely.
Mega contained, right? Someone just has to dip back and cover the underpass position. But Brolin was there. He knows it's unlikely they chase him. So at this point, they are just locking the door, throwing away the key, making sure that Team Spirit can't leave the B apartments.
Does he check it out after time? Does he go for a little peek? I don't think so. Not on 5 HP.
He's got 3k to his name. You could justify the risk, but no idea what's around the corner. So, yeah, the safer option, as Esatag did try his luck, and Wonderful will pip him at the post. Now, what about this one? 25% opening kill success on the T side. So, that's not great.
It doesn't sound great.
What about 36.4% of 5v4 win percentage? They've won 4 of the 11 rounds where they've got the opener.
That's the one that hurts the most.
Yep,
Okay,
they can keep coming.
Really bad. Okay, yeah, keep
3% of 4v5s. They've only won 1 round out of the possible 33 when they lost the opening kill.
Stop. Yeah, they're already dead, Chad. They've had enough. And Esatag, well, he's dishing out some pain himself here. Another opening kill towards Chopper. He's gone down a couple of times at the start here, and this is a desperate round for Team Spirit. They only had a handful of grenades, a few rifles, Sire on the Tech 9. They do have the saved AWP in the hands of Wonderful, and he is a fantastic sniper. Hasn't come fully online yet, but throughout this tournament, he has looked astonishing.
And well, that is the 3rd opening death so far for Chopper in this game.
Oh, really? So, yeah.
We'll keep up with that. And needs to make sure that he's getting the space and not giving up his life, because functioning in a 4v5 disadvantaged situation is never easy, and Hampus wanted to make it even more so. So, glance out mid, still has a full bag of utility on the belt. It's mollied into position for now, but happy enough to stay here and fight, and just trying to get something out of this. The Spirits are regrouping again late, able to get away with the early space, just having to sit here and try and execute into the anchorage of Esatag and Plopsky over towards B again.
All members of Team Spirit make their way over. As mentioned, they don't really have a lot to work with.
Just
a couple of flashes from
flashes.
Patsy.
Ugh.
Just throw them both over, boys. Hope for the best. Swarm the bomb site, similar to the pistol, but Plopsky, the incendiary as well. They've got to run the gauntlet through the flames, and in they come one by one. Plopsky opening things up. Good return from Wonderful. He'll need a second here, or Magix will have to kill Hampus towards this bench. They're going to stand a chance. He gives his position up at least. This could get problematic now. Wonderful. Close range shot coming through, but his teammates already taking a lot of damage here. Still within a shot of the round, but only 10 seconds remain here, Chad. That had to be a kill for them to stand a single chance here. These kills almost in vain because he can no longer plant the bomb. Even if he got that one, the round was over. 3 seconds remaining, and the bomb was actually on the ledge itself up in the B apartment. So a frustrating finish there, and a round that wasn't really in danger of being given away. NIP looking comfortable. Those opening picks, they'll take those all day long.
Yeah, let's see how long they can continue this little streak of opening frags for. Try and keep Spirit as silent as possible. Now, they had the tidy A execute early as their second round. They went to that on the 3rd round, and that's where the problems really started, when they lost to the saved 4 spy weapons.
We're nading window, I'd imagine, or connector.
Yeah, top cat smoke, so the nades to come through. Esatag's about to get a whole lot of sound, but not a whole lot of damage. Look at them, they've been chunked down on their own. They copped a lot of damage there as well.
They ate all the damage. It's maybe a kill there, but the Glock's not going to be enough, and it will be Hampus and Esatag just going to town as they look for the clean sweep here. Esatag confirms the position of Wonderful himself. He's only got the Glock, worth a jump down, I reckon. And there we go, another clean sweep. And IP, they needed this confidence booster, and they've certainly come alive here in the first map.
I got there just in the nick of time. Esatag had 35 utility damage, and now he has 209.
No
so,
way.
yeah, that nade managed to do quite a fair
just one
share.
grenade then.
That was beautiful stuff.
Really cool. Good spot.
11 kills for Esatag here, 7 for Hampus, 6 for Brolin, 4 for Rez, and 3 for Plopsky. On the other side, Wonderful and Magix with 7 apiece. Siren with 2, and Chopper and Patsy yet to get activated with only a kill between them. Well, kill each, so 2 kills between them.
Yeah. Oh, Chopper taking the damage at the start there. Hampus actually dishes out about 50 damage at the start of the round there. He hasn't seen anyone. So good stuff. Rez in a prime position to actually finish those kills off, I would say. Chopper, remember, he's low. Oh, doesn't happen. Good
Pressure
shot.
on Plopsky.
Very nice shot from Chopper. One dink and he was done for.
Hit the brakes here. Thought they might have started to skyrocket on towards the B bomb site. So with all this room, they're just going to hit the brakes.
Well, with the bomb all the way in T-spawn, maybe it was for the best. Get everyone together. They can still go back towards A if required, and it looks to be the case, actually. They only have one smoke. That'll be used for CT spawn. Molotov's available as well. Throw one underneath the balcony. One towards default. flash over, deep breath, get in there with the 5-on-4 advantage. It's about as good as it can get.
This is very hard for Tag. He's close to A ramp with an AWP. So he might get the first kill, but he really should be traded on the second. It's just they're not really adopting the buddy system just yet. The timing, the pacing, they've given him a chance. Tag doesn't know that two are close on the left here. We'll have to hit some bangers. First shot missed. The pressure coming. Has one. The Tech-9 comes out and he swoops in, but Chopper will get the better of him.
It could be enough. Two players very low indeed, and Brolan, he's been getting kills through smoke all game, so a couple of low HP members right in front of him here. Spots Patsy towards short, can't convert the kill though. Does get another ding through though, so three are low. Klopsky, if he can deny the plant, the round's back on, but here we go. Planted in the smoke, and there's another smoke frag. 3 versus 2.
Hampus is clearing out top mid right now. I don't know if he's going to find Patsy, who's tucked into a very passive position in the ladder room. So Hampus trying to account for Patsy, but being safe on the lurk, trying to secure this round. The bomb is not planted for connector, though. That's the bigger issue. But if Plopsky can get into the side, and no, never mind now. I was going to say tap the bomb. It would draw them into the open because of where it was planted. Right. The only player who would have been able to stop her is the player up towards the palace position of Magix, who is now repositioned far away. Plopsky hanging around for some constellation frags on the way out the door. Maybe wants the AWP to get blown in his direction.
That makes sense. It could actually find its way towards CT spawn, and it's actually blown up.
Over the fence. Over the fence.
It's been knocked for 6. It's out of the ground.
You never love it because you know this sometimes goes to the next door neighbor's house that you don't really big fan of. You got to send mum around. It's not what you want.
Back, please. No, you may not.
Well, good round for Spirit. They cop all that damage early. It was that kill from Chopper. I believe it was onto Rez in the ladder room, so that was a nice opener.
And he was low HP as well. They did a lot of damage at the top and middle. Still had the confidence to challenge Rez, and I have to say, look, that Rez had him dead to rights, but not meant to be. 6-4. Money's still pretty good on the CT side. They're fully equipped once again with the Stag AWP. This time it's actually in the B bomb sites. So a change of pace here. Hampers off towards short. Rez makes his way towards connector from the window itself. And it's going to be... What is going on today, Chad? Have they actually got 16-bit enabled or something? What's going on?
The amount of smoke kills is getting out of control.
We've only had 10 rounds, and we've had about 5 smoke kills. Just cleanly, like, we can't even explain why they're finding them.
No, he's just got... Yeah, I guess...
He could be there.
They watch the demos, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, that's it. So, great stuff. You'll take them all day long.
Oh, you will, you will. Not the intention of that smoke, or did they... Got a little bit higher. Regardless, it's plumed. Chopper, another first death. We'll make that 4 in the column now.
Careful, Rez. It's not a frag you have to take. Patsy in towards the connector. Stag with the brutal flashbangs. Seen some great assists from him so far. Patsy has been one of the key fraggers for Team Spirit in this tournament. So with the smoke down, Rez might be getting false information here, thinking it's clear if Patsy can thread the needle, which he will. Lovely shot, very calm. Takes down Rez, and now that's the A bomb site under contention here.
Yeah, great opener here from Patsy to draw things level. 30 seconds left. They have to deal with Sandwich and CT. So running in between a bit of a 180 flick between the two. The hard clear from Magix. It hasn't come through just yet, but needs to and will. The plant now facilitated this AWP spam from Tag. Does he want to consider it? Won't be able to find the shot in time, and Magix has been able to backpedal. A difficult retake for NIP. Almost goes to a 3-on-3.
Yeah, that looked promising with the spam, but Magix will make it away with 7 HP, and it's enough. This A bomb side, they seem to be finding relative success. Every kind of, not even execution, just play in towards the bomb site. They'll look for a gap, an opportunity, take it, and if they find that kill, they're more than happy to make their way in, and it works out a couple of times for them here. It was all down to Patsy spotting that gap. Rez looking away for around 5 seconds, comes back. He's already out, and then very difficult to hold the bomb site there. The smokes are dropped. You've got a man disadvantage. The AWP's out of position. And there we have it, 6-5. So that's going to be 2 rounds in a row now for Team Spirit, but saving 2 M4s, the AWP should be able to purchase one more time here.
Well, let's return to the how bad NIP's T-side storyline has been, okay? So 2.8 utility average damage around on the T side so far. The nearest team to them is Na'Vi, who have 13.8. This is just shy of 5 times the amount that NIP do in a round.
Okay, well...
So this is lovely. Mr. Ben Essio is outlined. I just have to read. I don't even have to find the stats. It's all done for me.
I will say, I feel like these few games we've seen from them, it feels like anomalies. As we said, coming into this tournament...
Well, he's here in Malta too.
Nice, good job. I feel like coming into this tournament, a lot of people rated NIP highly.
Sure.
And we're looking for a promising result here, maybe second or third. Right now, it's even, can they even get close to that? Can even take a map in this group? And still up for debate here, Chad. It was a good start, but Team Spirit are hot on their heels now, it has to be said. They're looking quite confident here. And on the T side, if they can just get 6 or 7 rounds, I'll be happy with that. Magix, Patsy, working in tandem towards that A ramp, and Brolan, he'll be the one to be removed this time.
Yeah, first time they've had a bit more pep in their step looking for an opener like that. So cool little change up. It's been very heavy mid from NIP in a lot of these rounds, and the lurk over towards the B bomb site of Siren. He could get activated here if he gets let off the leash from the in-game leader, Chopper. They have a lot of room. They have a lot of utility, they have a lot of time, and NIP are the ones who are scratching their heads looking for answers. Look how passive they are. They don't have any information whatsoever.
Plopsky in a rough spot here. If the B execution comes out, he's in a lot of trouble. It's a bit of a fake towards A as well. Chopper and Magix providing the fireworks.
But they can't know it's a fake, because this is the issue. There's nobody in front of all of this utility to be able to call out, hold up a second, it isn't actually A. They have to acknowledge it. NIP have put themselves in a position where Rez, he's the first reporter on the scene. He has Hampus not too far behind, and SS Tag's here too. Oh, but it's not enough. He spots him short. Siren gets Plopsky. They're into B. It's another safe.
It is, absolutely is, Chad. No doubt about it. They could have taken Magix there. They don't quite check the sandwich area. Maybe Rez will. Yeah, he definitely will. Oh, he doesn't, but gets away with it. Nice shot from Rez, but all in vain in terms of winning the round. It's quite an easy one there from Team Spirit. A lovely fake, to be fair. Assuming they threw the connector smoke from outside the B bomb site itself, just to provide a bit more conviction behind it. But still, well read, well handled, and Plopsky couldn't get anything going. Looked like he had the angle correct, but just didn't land the shot.
Yeah, I want to make sure they don't give away any of these guns here. NIP, with the loss bonus where it is halfway, they might be able to get a couple of drops if they'd like. It's going to be touch and go. All tied up here. Yeah, look, something that Spirit have been doing well is in the mid-rounds after they get the opening picks, really moving their pieces around the board quite well. And I thought Endpoint were doing the same thing earlier today against Na'Vi. Like, they'd have the early exchanges, they'd find themselves in a 3-on-4 or a 4v3, or maybe even a 4v4 sometimes, and they were able to outmaneuver Na'Vi. And you got Spirit doing similar scenes right here. Okay, so there you go. You can see those two smokes.
Yeah, that comes from B, right? So, lovely work.
Fake.
This was Rez. I'm not sure if he actually checked it. No, he didn't, right? So he actually had to snap onto his head. That was quite fortunate for him. And we'll take a timeout here. This is the first for the Ninjas, actually. So, DJL working out what the game plan's going to be. As mentioned, the money's not fantastic for them.
Looks like they've been able to drop enough here.
Yeah, they've got enough to go around. They've got the AWP on the ground, and that'll be scooped by S-Tag. They've got the 3 rifles so far, and I'm sure Plopsky will be given something to work with. As we enter round number 13. Hasn't been the flashiest game so far. No huge clutches, just your basic defaults into some fakes and executions, and then a CT save usually.
Well, this might have some pace to it. So quickly over towards the B apartments with a couple. Fast mid-util as well. They really want to get stuck in. A B split against Plopsky's Famus would be great. And Chopper, instead of an opening death, an opening kill.
Yeah, he's sorting those stats out, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to fix his little column right there. He's doing a great job. And I thought it was going to be quick towards B. It doesn't have to be fast anymore. Just do what you do. Be the puppet master. Pull NIP all across the map. This time, instead of being in a passive stance, they're quite aggressive towards Palace and A-Ram. They're having to rejig right now when they see the extra utility getting limped out all over the map. Look how many smokes there are right now. 4 smokes.
We've got S-Tag, who was in that Palace position, but now falling back towards CT spawn. This should be a kill for Hampus. Chopper, though,
just walks around the corner.
Gives him the kiss of death. And now Plopsky with that FAMAS. He's got a lot of work to do, and Chopper's playing it well. Keep his attention there. Lock them in the bomb site. Brolan will be there with Plopsky, and S-Tag now, he knows he needs to go back. There's a chance they go all the way in towards A.
Oh, they're continuing this smoke and mirrors here. So they've juked them so many times, they think this time we're going to actually fake that, hope that they drop all the way back and over-rotate for us, and they have it. Chopper again, a reinitiation, the 3rd time, and Chopper's looking for 4 kills. Magix is going to steal that one, but it's the round, 7-6.
Really cool stuff, like very well played. Like, as you mentioned, they've already put the fear of God in them. So many back and forths, and they're just pumping the brakes. Just for 5 seconds, Shadows, enough to go, oh, wait, they're not committing. Go back, go back. And then the setup is completely discombobulated, and the short player gets dropped, and it's Chopper. He'll finally be silenced here, but he's done enough. That's a captain's performance there. S-Tag desperately trying to hold onto the weapon. A decent flashbang, but he's got a lot more angles to worry about here. Patsy seals the deal and surely will bring us one of the first NIP ecos here.
Okay, well...
Fist bump's a little bit more somber now, I would say.
It's especially knowing with all those stats that we've just divulged for all of you, how badly their T-sides have gone. It is going to have to be a completely different looking NIP today on their attack. This is great from Chopper. Some clean kills, getting some revenge for the last few opening deaths that he's been giving over.
That was for Plopsky. He had to hold that awkward angle, and then Chopper just doesn't face him for 7 or 8 seconds, and then as soon as he pulls a grenade out, that's when he comes flying. Yeah, hate to see that. So Hampus, boosted up, looking towards middle. As usual, has been an important area here for Mirage, but not too much aggression from either side. Much more of a default setup here for Team Spirit, but no one towards A, chats. Maybe a B split up towards Shore here. Looks to be the most likely, but they will be walking in towards Hampus boost here, and he doesn't connect really at all. If anything, they've got a hightail and he'll go down, yeah. As soon as you got that information, you know you've done a bit of damage, so why not go finish them off?
But just revving the engine, wearing his leather jacket, just...
Damn.
Absolutely dismantling them here. Okay, S-Tag wants some fight. He's got the highest amount of frags, 15 to his name. He's going to look for more, but the lack of armor there, you can see how that affects him in that duel. Patsy will dispatch of him, and it's just Brolin and Plopsky to find. A well-placed smoke will hold them at bay for now.
For now. But it also takes away his vision and information. He knows he saw them, but what can he really do with that? Patsy confirms a second player towards the window position. That's going to be Plopsky with the 5-7. And they're happy to wait this smoke out. They don't really need to do anything too major right here. And there it is, the confirmed kill. Presumably confirmed the round as well. They saw Plopsky towards the window, but checking every single angle just in case he managed to slip out.
Patience is key in Counter-Strike. Who would have thunk it?
Oh, what?
Okay, nice shot, Plopsky. You got any more of those for us?
Okay, that makes things interesting at least. He still has an AK-47. Under HP, make it 0. Siren, a risky peak, I would say, but still, if you hit the shot, no harm, no foul, doesn't get the AWP. And that's Team Spirit winning the half here, Chad. After what looked like a fantastic start, they were 6-3 up on the Ninja side. We're now going to round number 15, where they'd be gagging for this one. They really would like to get that 7th round. They've lost the half, but if they can split it right down the middle, that would be at least a bit of a better situation for them.
It's a great half for Spirit considering they lost that force buy, or the double dip of the force buy on the third round of the game as well, right? That could be one that really starts to unravel teams, but they've been able to hold on, be resilient with this and battle back. So NIP want to try and hold their heads high going into the 2-minute ad break coming up next. They might want a round, but another new look, just walking. Contact play out onto A.
Roland in a position to be aware of that. The flashbang confirms it. Oh, no. He can't connect the dots at all. He needs to reload as well. Smoking towards the Palace position. Molotov's coming in. He's taking a lot of damage here. And he does manage to get one at least, Chad. So, man advantage still for NIP. And Hampus coming in from the backlines here. Wonderful with the AWP. Could be in a lot of trouble here. He's got the bomb on his back as well if he gets dropped. Which I didn't think he would for a second.
He's hit a couple of those, hasn't he?
Good grenade from Hampus. That confirms that they will get round number 7 here. Just Magic's left, and there we go. It's a very competitive game. Like I said, not the flashiest, but NIP looking like they're at least in the conversation to pick up their first map here in EPL. Their T-sides have been woeful so far in the tournament. We need to see a much better looking from them, but let's see what they can do after this break. Do not go anywhere.
still be on my feet, forget all of my fears, cause I know my destiny. I feel a champion waking inside of me. It's set in motion, the legend spoken. This is my moment. Can't break my focus, know where I'm going. This is my moment.
Welcome back to ESL Pro League Season 16, Day 3. Game 2, half number 1 has been concluded, Chad, as we'll see NIP now trailing 7-8. And it's the battle of the dark horses here, duking it out and hoping to pick up their first map are the Ninjas. How's it looking so far?
Yeah, I think it's a decent map at this juncture, but I'm a little bit worried for NIP with those T-stat woes that we've really been touting here today. So the question is, was that just day 1 and 2, and is day 3 looking completely different? Well, we're about to find out.
I know they're much stronger than what they've put down so far. I think we all know that. Sure, it's been a rough start, but plenty more CS to be played, and we'll get into it, shall we, Patsy? Spotting a couple of players towards the B apartments here. Hampus patrolling middle with the Meta P250 armor combo. Couple of them, actually. Brolan's got the same setup.
Silently have a lot of control here. Beaky's head up through connector, has to deal with triple box on the site here at Rez. Slightly worrisome, these USPs could glance out, but same as the P250. Hampus is first blood, wonderful dead, and Hampus, that is looking clean. Exactly what they need for the in-game leader. His pattern style of getting up close and personal has worked out for 2 big kills. And I think we could easily call that A8. So this is the start they're looking for, an entry kill, a conversion. There we go, we can add a couple of numbers.
Yeah, no real damage taken, and well, there it is. I spoke too soon. It will be Rez to be dropped by Chopper. And yeah, the round is over, but saving the defuse kit, the smoke, the armor, like, it's all worthwhile.
Now, there's a hotly contested debate going online at the moment, Henry.
Oh, yeah? Go on.
We know that Parla, Maui, and Blair have dubbed themselves the Night Shift.
Right.
And it's a lot of contention around that. Because back in my day...
it's early afternoon.
Yeah, the Night Shifts traditionally would be nighttime, and sometimes even going into the next day.
Right.
And I know that Harry, Hugo, Trace, they all have something to say about this as well. And Harry said, this is a quote, so we got no fanfare when we did it for like 2 years. Not to mention, back in my day, the night shift started in the nighttime, i.e. the sun had to have set in the sky. If kids are still at after-school club when you start, it's not a night shift. Make nights night again.
I think it's a fair comment.
I think so
I'm like
too.
on Harry's side here, which I haven't said too often.
I'm all for hashtags. I just think the night shift, you know, it seems like they're up all night.
Yeah.
They're not up all night.
Yeah, actually, I'm actually going to get on board with this campaign myself. Where's my phone? Let's get involved, shall we?
Bring down the night shift.
Exactly.
Hashtag bring down the night shift.
Well, we do have the second round here. Rifles out in full force for the Ninjas in Pijamas. Couple of Galils make it 3, 1 AK-47. And Team Spirit, of course, forced by into this one. Wonderful. A bit of an old school approach. He's given himself a bit more money to get the AWP on the first gun round. You can still see he's got $1,300 there. So making sure he gets his primary weapon, which is key, I would say. It's been himself and Patsy Magics that have looked fantastic, but Wonderful has been delivering on all fronts with that sniper rifle.
Yeah, and that scout, let's just point out a couple of extra details here for everybody at home, right? Because this is what makes all of this possible. You know, when you see second round force fires on the T side and the AKs are in some players' hands, they have to get dropped those. And in this situation, it's similar. wonderful to have that amount of cash left. Chopper's had to donate him that scout, right? So they're actually, this is the team element of Counter-Strike. When you see it, you guys don't get the little indicators on your screen at home if you're watching in a demo or if you're watching on a traditional Go TV. But we can see that that is Chopper's scout in Wonderful's hand. But I'm a little bit worried about the amount of time on the clock here for NIP. 40 seconds yet to start entering into a site.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried as well. I wasn't before, but now you've mentioned it. Could be problematic. The good thing is they have got full connector control. 2 players towards the ramp. It's Magic's and Wonderful. That
Rotation's
scout,
coming.
that scout could be an issue. If he hits a tag, the MP9 will chew them up. And he does. He takes Rez down to 31 points of health here. What's going to happen next as we hit the 20-second mark on the clock? Still a player towards the Palace position. Wonderful will strike back. There's the first kill with that scout. And Magic, is he undetected?
Deny the plant, son.
Oh, he is. Chatty might have done enough here.
Oh, they get it down. They get it down.
No. So he still gets himself 3 massive kills, though. Hampus left in the 3 versus 1. Thankfully, the bomb on his side, but fortune is not. Siren will finish him off there, and it's the scout tags, the hidden MP9, and Magix waits for the prime moment to strike, and does he ever find it, Chad? He doesn't deny the plan, but he single-handedly wins the round.
That was massive stuff. That was great work from him. And yeah, I thought he had to deny the plant for them to win the round, but the fact that low HP, he still gets that kill. The second is massive, and the third player was on low HP, so that was an absolute gimme there. That little pocket rocket of the MP9, just fury. He doesn't worry about the kill. He tried to deny the plant, doesn't get there in time, pivots back because he knew where Rez was, and this is the nice kill here. Actually, they were both low. So you saw assist there in the feed from Wonderful and Chopper, so great work. And that's a huge round. This is NIP's T-side woes coming back to rear their ugly heads.
Yeah, you're dead on there. You mentioned the clock could be a problem for them, and the scramble to get the plant down is indicative of that being an issue. Couldn't cover all the angles, just had to go for the plant before things got out of hand, but didn't account for one position, and Magix, he'll punish them. And they're going to force buy back with an AK of their own. 4 Deagles surrounding it, and they've opted for more utility rather than firepower here, Chad.
Yeah, and understandably so. They want to try and get this map control and close down some of the distances here. So waiting for the early aggression of Spirit. Nothing is coming NIP's way. Regrouping top mid. And Hampus under that window for now. The run boost will be the first point to initiate. Not a flash.
No one there to receive it, so it will just be nice to look at. The idea is you take the crosshair away from the sniper, your teammates can swing out at the same time, go for the 1D, and hopefully boost up, get the gun, and Bob's your uncle.
Chopper's going to go for a glance here. I think he's going to regret that one. Nice shot from Plopsky. Patsy with one back in exchange, and Wonderful has the AWP now. It's not the scout. One bullet of this, it will hurt.
Well, he allows his presence to be known. They're still up for it, though, but the flashbang will avert his crosshair for now. So they're going to have to make their scramble towards the A side, but what a crossfire this is. AWP and CT spawn. No utility left to actually get over towards bomb site. And Rez, sure, he's got the AK, but they're losing time here in more ways than one. Every second that goes by, more CTs are getting closer, and the chance of them planting is getting slimmer. So there it is, Siren to get 2 tidy kills, and that was the force buy. An opening 1 Deag, but it amounts to almost nothing.
Yeah, look, it was a nice shot, and I was just sitting here going, how is Spirit still competitive, right? They had, once upon a time they had Mia, they had Dexter, they had a bunch of these.
Right.
Like Mia's over there in Entropic now. Apparently he was hard to work with. That could be conjecture. I don't have that as first-hand information, but that's what the grapevine was telling me. And you know, Dexter's now over there in OG. Gets a lot of praise for being an AWPing presence, but Wonderful's here. He does more than an exemplary job. And you've got the likes of Magix and Patsy. The desk pointed out that they all had the same rating coming into this series, which is crazy to have your 3 fraggers. And then you have your safety shoot of Siren when you need him, and your in-game leader of Chopper. So this team seems to be functioning as it needs to.
Yeah, very good point there. I guess a couple of hiccups against Endpoint, but after taking down Na'Vi 2-0, I guess you can say fair play. They lost Ancient in overtime, but managed to come back on Vertigo and win in overtime. So it was a 2-1 affair against the Brits there. So Team Spirit, bit of a bumpy start, but were never considered favorites in the group. Like I said, dark horses, and I guess that's the same for NIP now. They really have to be something quite special to have a stand a chance of getting out of the group, considering they haven't won a map yet. So
giddy up.
Here's the run boost again, Chad. We'll see if we can see its full effect. You don't want to swing out.
Pre-aiming it, though.
Right. he is still ready for it somehow.
The young gun with the AWP trained, and yeah, it's feeling flat. So I can't wait for Ben to accumulate those extra T-side stats once this one comes to its conclusion.
Nice shot.
Steady aim, and continues just to find the fights. These are everybody's favorite, the Eco Bash.
Yeah, you got to love it.
Patters.
No better feeling than a couple of eco frags. Well, this tag tries to sneak a kill out of the palace, but he is punished.
The Glock kill at range from Hampus there.
Lovely.
Okay, not bad. It's one and done.
Well, logic dictates, Chad, that NIP are in a lot of trouble now. After winning the pistol, losing the second round, it's cost them 3 in a row. Their T-stats have been abysmal. And haven't had much to say in the last few, but they have got a full buy here at least. Missing a few of the bells and whistles. Even after that full eco, S-Tag just has one smoke. No sniper and the AK-47. So another difficult round, but up against a double AWP setup for the first time. Patsy and Wonderful dual wielding. Let's go.
Interesting. So that's going to free Wonderful up a little bit here within the early stages. You could see actually starting over towards B quite aggressively here. So he's going to lock off that side of the map on his absolute lonesome. And a heavy stack, here it is. Heavy stack over towards A and middle right now. So NIP with this util, right? You want to hold on to it for as long as you can, and sitting behind the top mid box, hoping when it gets cleared, that they think nobody's home. That's not the case whatsoever.
A split of sorts here. S-Tag towards the palace. 4 teammates towards connector. Chopper takes some damage, but he just wants to drop that smoke. That's all he's there for. Actually, opts for the incendiary instead, not feeling too comfortable here. So, what's the next play? 1 minute hits. Good nade. Ooh, very good nade.
They had 4 players. Okay, Chopper's just had the one-way cheeky business. He's pushed in through their own smoke, been able to find the kill on Duplopsky, giving them the opener here. Good stuff from Chopper, up to 10 kills now. Patsy with this secondary AWP, trained at the ready. Saw something that he liked the look of, but neither of the 2 first shots are landing. The third no good either, but Magix is here. A flood flash under pressure. S-Tag alleviating some of it now.
Well, now they've got 2 AWPs on the retake here, or potential retake. The bomb still has to be planted, of course, but not much to speak of.
He was trying to go to B.
Borland's got the bomb. He needs to be very careful. His Siren's watching it, sort of. If he goes down here... Oh, he's got away with it.
Just. Siren, look back. What a massive shot.
It's done. They can't do anything about it. It's all over, and that's going to be 12-8 NIP now with these sort of awkward rounds. This is where you start to doubt yourself, and you've gone down to $2,000. That'll be 13-8. Your T-sides, you know in the back of your mind they haven't been good, and that last-minute decision to go towards B was a nice idea, but he checks it and finds the bomb. He was seconds away from making it to B.
Yeah, the fact that Hampus went on his own, I'm like, all right, well, he's looking for a gap right there. But Brolin tried to follow in his footsteps, and yeah, it feels like a lack of confidence or getting it together. Chopper's more than happy, having a giggle about that one. Probably can't believe what he just saw, because back down to just these pebbles and pistols for NIP. Fast as you like. Brolin comps so much damage.
Ooh.
1 HP.
The nade tickles him.
Make a wish, son. Happy to be alive.
Wow. So not a full investment here, a partial buy for sure, 3 smokes. And yeah, officially will be removed now. He enjoyed his extra 10 seconds on the map though, I'm sure.
And then the Bloodseeker nade comes in. Can see when players are below, on red HP.
Wow.
They're handling this, Henry. Everybody's here who needs to be here. They're not doing aggressive mid setup, so if NIP want to look for openings.
I'm sort of believing. No. Okay, well, that might be it for the round. Yeah, that definitely confirms it. Rez creeps out of the palace, but he's quickly pushed back into the grave.
Who do you want to tailor your playstyle after here? You know, who you like in the look of? Who you got? This is how Henry G's going to reinvent himself in the server.
I like what Chopper's doing. You know?
Okay.
I enjoy
the aggressive in-game leader role.
He doesn't mind going down, and when he's hitting his shots, it looks spectacular. I'd like to say Wonderful as well, but I don't think I'm young enough to pull off that playstyle.
They're a bit too flicky these days.
Yeah, like, he's got the reaction speed of a fighter pilot, it seems, and don't think I've got that anymore.
But we did it, yes, and we did that test back when we were 17,
That's
18
true.
years of age, back in America, in Marina Del Rey. Was it Marina Del Rey?
No, it wasn't. What?
I thought it was Marina Del...
Wasn't that, we had this the other day, we were like... Maybe
Lana Del Rey is the singer.
Before. Maybe it was
Marina Del Rey was the location.
Okay,
and we were talking about the Hawaiian-themed restaurant with the milkshakes that Fifi loved.
Yeah, true. We did the Fights Pilot reaction test. I can't remember if I was any good at it. I didn't think I ever was at those things.
The FPS we were, right? It was the consoles who weren't.
Right, yeah.
There was a little bit of a difference there.
I guess if you're, like, I don't know, if you're a fighting games player, you're working with frames usually.
True.
So I'd say your reaction speed is pretty good to play that game. I don't know. We were playing Dead or Alive though. It wasn't necessarily.
Maybe it's when they tested the FIFA.
True. Yeah.
The FIFA guys maybe didn't have the best stat lines right there.
Okay, ladies and gents, 13-8, the first map of this best of 3, chosen by Team Spirit. NIP, don't mind this at all. Looks like there's going for an straight-up execution towards A. All else has failed at this point. They found themselves in a very tough spot. Wonderful boosted up towards the B apartments. In terms of the A defense, we've got Patsy in the connector, Chopper in CT spawn, and Magic's rotating back over.
Yeah, and well timed. They just blocked the top of A ramp now. That has bought time for that rotation. You mentioned of Magic's, and he's even juggling some nades. Look at all the extra util he has over towards Firebox.
Little reservoir.
Yeah, you need to keep eyes on these stashes because they can make a big difference. And here comes the execute. There's 1 incendiary. There's 2 incendiary. Good luck.
Come on in.
Make it 3.
The water's warm.
He just threw 3 incendiaries at A ramp.
You're right, yeah.
This is getting out of control, Spirit.
They stack as well, so you would instantly be dead if you walked into it.
That is ridiculous what they just pulled off.
That's a really cool idea, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Knowing that they had that set up, if it was going to be an A execute, they blocked at the right time. He got back and rotated in time to throw that util. This should be Spirit's round.
Should be, but it's still winnable for an IP, for sure. Well, maybe not anymore. Chop up from beneath the balcony, punishes a couple of them. Magics will join in as well, and this is just done. S-Tag will have to fall back 14-8, and once again, Chad, they've only won the pistol so far. That is going to be 6 rounds in a row on the CT side. They're sure they've got maximum loss bonus, but Team Spirit in touching distance are closing this one out.
I'm like one of the leaders of the Mirage dislike club.
Same,
I won't say hate. I don't hate it. I just seen
don't
enough
like
of it.
You know,
But Spirit are making me like it. Like
Okay,
with
the way
those
they're
little,
playing?
yeah, they're not just fighting mid. They're not just playing it like aim map. You know, they got some nice, cool ideas, some fun setups, good utility usage, good executes. They're faking stuff out. They don't have a coach. The admin behind him, he looks like he's having a good time. Everything's going well for Spirit.
Himself,
yeah, he's probably listening to him. He's like, well, these guys sound happy. I'm happy. Yeah, don't worry about that boost. I like the replay, but oh, here we go. Okay, we're getting it from... All right. We saw it from multiple... Well, they missed the boost initially. So if the bottom guy has to stand, make sure he doesn't go too close to the ledge because you can't make the jump from sight up there. But all good in the hood. 14-8. Soon to be 15 and 16. Well, that'll come too.
Oh, they have to buy. They can't recover a 15-8 scoreline. It's just not going to happen. They'll have to go over the Galils here, and you can hear them roaring away at the top of middle. Limited utility, but enough. I've said that a few times, to be honest with you. It hasn't been enough at all. But we'll see what round number 23 leads us. And for now, very quiet. Top of middle control for Brolan, but it's behind his mid boxes for now. And Siren could be going for a B push here with the back of a Patsy behind him. Once he confirms the close areas are clear, he might fancy this one. I don't mind this at all. I don't think there's anyone to say otherwise here.
Now look how passive Rez is towards the underpass. So they're just hoping nobody pushes as they limp out this mid util. But they're doing it at a minute. They haven't been jarring to Spirit at all, who for once a little bit lighter on the util, but again ahead of the rotation, and that's facilitated by Siren calling B completely clear. Now, if they were to try and split B, that would be the perfect call. Straight up the catwalk into the site is one of the only free runaways right now, but they're walking into A.
They absolutely are. Deep breath, lads. In we go, and it's up to Patsy with the Tech 9. I dare say he can get a couple here. He might not have to. They're getting absolutely mowed down, but still in with a chance of the round. Maybe not so much anymore. Boris the Butcher, he's making light work of them. Chopped liver, if you will. And that's going to be 15-8.
This is a nice selection of meats that Magix has put out for here today. We like the smoke he was throwing on Vertigo yesterday, and we're loving the impact he's having today. What a game. We have Nuke coming up next as map number 2.
I love there's not even an exciting statement the way you've said it. It's just like, well, we know this one's over. And please stay around. Do not turn off your sets. We promise it will get better.
Well, there might be some more antics. I believe that there will be probably a bit of discussion on the desk
are
about...
a strong Nuke team, right? Like, historically, they haven't necessarily been the last couple of days, but there's a map they can play, and hopefully they can show up. But let's just rush A, lads. Let's get it over with, shall we? Yeah, Stags has jumped out. And... I think he's going down quite quickly. Well,
with the ship? He's not the captain, but he's going down with the ship here.
That's not done much at all.
Well, adventurous as Hampus will find something. Siren silenced over towards B. That's a good shot. A massive shot from Hampus here, taking matters into his own hands. So a lot of leg room now if they want to rotate that bomb back over. Hampus trying to hightail it behind, but they're giving Patsy a chance to find some picks. Rez.
Yeah, the problem is he's got all that space towards B with the bombs on the other side, so...
They can drop back, though.
They could, but they're not.
Okay, well, I guess Patsy has to start accounting for this eventually, and this is where Hampus is the most susceptible. You can see him starting to make his way in towards that window room. There could be two backs turned as Chopper starts to walk his way up cap, but he won't be considering the window. And he's not looking the right way. This should be a couple more kills for Hampus. A third frag in the round as Patsy's found another from the ticket booth position. It is a 2-on-2.
Here we go. Magic's, though, incredible form right now. 23-6. I dare say he's got another kill. And unfortunately for him, not another. It's going to be the 9th round for NIP, a labored round, to say the very least. They do save the AWP, though. A captain's performance there from Hampus takes matters into his own hands. It was S-Tag that ran out towards A. I guess bought some space towards the B side of the map and allows Hampus to get in there. But that was just raw aim. There was no real strategy there. There was nothing really like, that's not a set piece they're running. And the good news is, we mentioned it, Hampus had some trouble with his gear coming into this tournament, and at least he's fragging hard. Like, he's looking comfortable. That's something.
He had a very off day on day one, which is not expected with Hampus.
Even if it's the same gear, it's in the back of your head, right? Even if you've got to replace and it's the same model, like, it doesn't feel quite right, and if you're not having a good game, you can let that get in your head. I understand those things. So it's nice to see him fragging. Not all is lost. This is the pick a team spirit. So anyway, we'll see whether they can get a few more rounds on the board. Looking for double digits here. Magix might get caught out. Times it well.
Perfect timing of this.
Oh, hello.
Wonderful, not missing, is he? 14 kills, and he's been able to do a little bit more damage. And Hampus, the hero of the last, the man you were just praising, is dead already. Chopper again from impact towards this connector area, and it's just 3 more kills. It should have felt like it went down last round, but looking like it'll go down this one.
Incendiary for them.
Can't move. And
now they can't see.
Yeah, Magic's can hear it too, so just waltz on in towards the sandwich position. He's going to drop that bomb. The full rotation can start coming now, unless Plopsky and Rez could do anything about this, but wonderful. So they'll take a few steps forward, tries to clear out Ticket, and, well, punches Plopskis. It's one man standing. Rez, a hope, a dream, a 1-on-5, but this one is looking done, dusted, and Nuke moments away.
Oh, well, he's going to bleed it out. You've got to respect it, Jad. He wants to see if he can get at least one more kill, but I feel like this will be it. And there we have it. It looked like a competitive game in the first few rounds. NIP was 6-3 up. It looked like we were going to have a very close game, but once they got onto that T side once again, it all falls apart. This is getting really problematic for the Ninjas. Not all is lost yet. We still have another map to go, which is their pick of Nuke. They've got to step it up, but they'll be starting on the T side there as well. We'll take a break and be back with the desk.
What started as a competitive affair in that first half of Mirage ended as quite the dominant victory for Spirit. The Ninjas in Pijamas once again going to sleep. 1-0 to Team Spirit.
Yeah, the Ninjas, they struggle once again here, Paula. That first half is a little bit more competitive. We saw S-Attack starting to come alive with the AWP as well. We saw some cool stuff. But then in the latter section of the first half, Spirit really turned it up. They looked really good, some good calls coming out. And then again, you go to the T side of NIP. They did better this time. It was 11% win rate, and now it's 18.18. Maui. The numbers don't lie. It was incrementally better than earlier.
NIP have won 7 T-side rounds at ESL Pro League Season 16
in 5 maps.
Across 5 maps. That is abysmal. It's time to start ringing the alarm bells a little bit.
A little bit?
A little. No, actually, just ring them. Ring the alarm bells. This is not looking good for the Ninjas at all. And I know that S-Attack did bring up the fact that before this game, there might be some kind of issue with Hampus or the mental state of the team right now. Whatever that is needs to be resolved right now. Right before the second map, because they cannot keep playing like this.
Let's take a look at round number 12. It's one of the ones you guys wanted to highlight.
Yeah, this is just a simple, great call coming out from Chopper. He's been so instrumental. They get the opening pick here, right? Magix and Patsy. And then simultaneously, they're going to be grouping up towards B. They don't waste any time. Look at the time. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock. You see the utility in the hands of Chopper. He's going to do a simple fake. You can see smoke being lobbed in from B apartments as well. So you see the Molotov, 3 smokes landing in. And for NIP, they're just rotating in towards the A bomb site. They catch timing. Plopsky, he needed a kill there, but even if he found one there, Maui, I felt like he would have been traded. Round's done.
Even if he didn't find one, but stayed alive, there's still some extra value there, but to get, you know, banged off the angle, that's not good in any way, Maui.
I love all the people when the nade change came out that people said, oh, it's going to be so obvious when people throw these one-man fakes. Well, guess what? A pro team just got faked by a one-man fake. So I think that right now, Chopper is just in the heads of everybody on NIP. Everybody, including Hampus, just manipulating them, whatever he wants to do, pulling all the strings. Chopper's the puppet master in this game.
Master puppets.
Get to the chopper. No, bad timing. All right, round number 13 up next. This starts with a backpedal in apps.
This is also, like, again, Chopper, right? Look at what he's doing here. He's doing his best Patsy impression, comes in, gets the first 2 opening kills. This is what I love. It's a 3 versus 5. They have 2 members NIP waiting, and look at how he slowed us down.
Get to the chopper. Now's the time to say it, Paula. This is when he actually
and then he's like, no,
so well.
I was lying. Come back, come back. They come back here, and NIP are like, oh, wait, they're going to be heading back towards the A bomb site. And the timing is perfection. They catch both the 2B defenders with their pants down. Chopper finds a 3rd kill of the round. And then he finishes off with, well, Magic
almost got him.
Almost got the 4th kill.
Let's just give him that.
Just basically Chopper flexing not only his fragging prowess, but also he's like, I'm just smarter right now.
Yes, the T-side calling was phenomenal from Spirit in this game. It was actually a lot of fun to watch there. And I think that right now, with Spirit, maybe people are attaching themselves a lot to the individuals, the names, Patsy, wonderful, but you got to look at how it's all being put together by the IGL.
Maui, you mentioned the importance of the utility on that fake in round 12. We saw now on the second half of the map, Team Spirit's CT side, how Magix had so much utility at his disposal because of the grenade change, and it made such an effect on NIP pushing into the site. You know, or should I say not pushing into the site?
I really hate people that just say that utility damage is like some category they care about, but Magic's right there making it make sense. You know, that was actually such a cool way to play that by just stacking all of those Molotovs right there and then throwing them. That just disrupted the entire play there for NIP.
Air Force, aim high, head-to-head on screen now. We've got S-Attack representing the Ninjas, and then Magix for Team Spirit. We were talking about Magix, Wonderful, and Patsy potentially going off, and it was the man himself, Magix, that did the work.
Yeah, Magix has just been lights out this entire event, right? He's 25-7 in this matchup. Again, continuing his really good form. Now, you got to, again, look back at the stats before the beginning of this game where he was tied alongside Wonderful and Patsy when it comes to his rating, right? But the fact that he's able to go above and beyond, not necessarily needing Wonderful and Patsy to be the stars of the team, I think that's a great sign for the Spirit lineup.
Everybody really does chime in for this team, and I think that, again, I just have to keep bringing it back to the fact that Chopper is doing such a great job as an IGL. I think it was kind of like a slept-on Eastern European IGL, like, but that Vegas Squadron team was serious business. They got some upset runs there back at, I want to say, like 2018 major or something.
Yeah.
And he's still showing why he's able to come up with that kind of stuff and uplift these young guns.
Guys, we are ready for a break. Before we go into it, I'd like to ask you for your predictions for Nuke NIP's map pick, where they are going to be starting on that T side.
I still feel... I think it's gonna go Spirit, man. I just feel like NIP looks so depleted right now.
Yeah, I think that NIP right now are not showing the best side of their game.
Are you flip-flopping?
No, I'm not gonna flip-flop because I know that just incites riots in the studio. But you know,
Fair.
I know that Spirit are probably favorites.
It's Spirit all the way.
Yeah.
All right, well, everybody at home, who do you have? Is it NIP or Spirit? We're going to find out who takes it very, very soon.
Looking to get more out of your CSGO fan experience? Introducing CSGO Bingo, event pick'ems, and fan club showdown. Claim free bingo cards to win amazing prizes. Predict the winners of ESL events with pick'ems for prizes and glory. Show your favorite team you're the biggest fan by winning matches in the fan club showdown. Check out csgohub.com today to take part in all of these and more.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Dieser Sommer gehörte uns. Den Erlebnishungrigen, den Unterwegsschläfern, den Flirt-Profis, den Reisezeitnutzern, den Klimafans. Wir bleiben dabei.
Komm, um zu bleiben, wir gehen nicht mehr weg.
Mann, ich wünschte, ich hätte meine Kräfte noch.
DC Super Pets.
Dawn.
Welcome back to ESL Pro League Season 16. It's map number 2 against Team Spirit and NIP. It is the pick of the Ninjas, but some could say, Chad, they didn't take those pajamas off this morning. It looks like they're asleep still.
Well, they might not have to, you know. Their bedrooms are just near the tournament area, so I wouldn't be too surprised. We've seen them with some adverts for their slick pajamas, but right now, wanting to get themselves activated, situated, and aggravated as we are on the attack for NIP, and this is where we need to see some positive signs.
I really need to see something good start here. Their T side, it seemed like day 1 and 2, sure, you'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but when it's happening here, same thing again, barely making a dent on their T side. It's a real problem. That nade could be detrimental at the very same time. Chopper's ready for them. He'll drop it into Dual Berettas, ready to strike down. It's the first kill for Siren, but still, Rez with a couple of frags here. Bomb should be planted, and Patsy spams through the smoke, but nothing connecting. It's actually looking very good for the Swedes right now.
Okay, well, R-Easy, giving us something to get excited about here. Bomb is down, and time is ticking, needing to find a way back in. Magic's from the heavens. Wonderful, and Patsy coming in through main. This is the trio getting cut down to size, and Rez finds 2 more big kills. Put that 4 to the name, and Magic's shame to the game as he has to back off.
Well, there it is. It won't be an ace for Reds, but as good as completely manhandles that upper bomb site and finds 4 big kills. It was a decent grenade there from Chopper, but unable to connect the bullets of the Dual Berettas. They only find 1 kill on Hampus.
Well, here's the real challenge. It's not giving up this second round like they just did over there on Mirage. They switched on over. They were very competitive in the first half. They won the pistol on the T side. You're starting to think maybe there's something to get excited about here, and then they drop the ball, and so you get a bit of a masterclass out of Spirit there on how to lock down that CT side. Great stuff from Rez. We'll get this again in the highlight reel. The first 2, the most important, but the second, this is great. The second batch is just as good. Headshots throughout. Yeah, you love to see it.
So you mentioned there'll be a force buy, and indeed there is. A FAMAS for Magic, who's been sensational this tournament. Always been a good fragger throughout the years, but this tournament's been quite special for him.
That's one of the keys of saving Kevlar on the pistol round as a CT. It seems very boring, and you want to wait and go for kills, but you kept that Kevlar, you get a FAMAS in your hands, and you're actually very tidy.
Especially if you have 100 Kevlar as well, you can actually get a free helmet, a $350 helmet on top of that. So first frag will be coming through. It's going to be Patsy. What's happened there? If he gets a second, God, that would have been a nightmare. Luckily, they managed to stabilize somewhat. Magic suggesting he might have dropped down.
Oh, back off,
bit of an issue. Needs to be very careful here. Oh my goodness. Lots of damage being exchanged still. A 3-on-3 for now. Siren with lobby control, pushing forward towards the trophy room. So he's actually got a really nice spot here. He's going to die. They spotted him.
Yeah, 5-7 now needs to strike. It's going to get a couple of tags here, but still, the number advantage falls back in the favor of NIP. They cannot go and pick up this AK over towards the yard position, but Magic's is still here just re-peeking with the FAMAS.
He only had 10 bullets in it.
Oh, he needs to be so worried about this. Rez is down, and he just gave Rez away into the site. Chopper can deny the plan, and what is happening now? They thought they knew where both players were.
Yeah, they must have done. Some bad information coming from the dead teammates, I would say that, Chad, because he planted with so much conviction there. I couldn't tell you why. They knew where Magic's was.
Is it because the pistol broke the window lower, the USP? But Rez has seen this.
Here we go.
Rez has seen this. He's still seeing this. Okay, now he's been spotted. The FAMAS from the heaven. Rez needs to get in towards the top site. 6 kills to his name, dropping into the site. Rez has a chance here.
Oh, Magic's. He steals it away, Chad. An absolute nightmare of a round for NIP. It seemed like they had everything going in their favor. They recovered the initial deficit. They take down the 5-7. Magic's comes back with a challenge, and sure, he hits a nice shot, but that plant towards upper, it beggars belief.
And Hampus' push outside without clearing the corners. It was that
That's what opened it up, right?
And this is the shot from Magic's. You said he didn't reload. Yeah, you're right, he didn't. And this is so perplexing right here. And just in the replay, you saw Magic's look a bit frustrated. I can explain to you why. He couldn't find where the AK had gone. So he's running in trying to grab the AK. He still walks away with a FAMAS there. So great round from him, but that's why he looked frustrated there.
I see.
I think he would have been very happy with himself, but the missing that AK, yeah, that is a big difference between an AK and a FAMAS.
Especially in this round as well. That would have boosted their chances significantly in terms of the firepower. Patsy's got a freebie potentially if he goes up now. It's close, but Brolan will take him.
Okay, well, good shot from Brolan there. Necessary. It did look like Patsy had him dead to rights. Chopper with the MP9 knows that Hampus has passed the line of sight and just trying to chew away here. Siren and Chopper in combination will get Esatag down. They're stalling them out. The bombs drop. The MP9s. They're doing it all. The noisy cricket, as it were, is... Well, Hampus, he croaks. Roland out the hut position. Both players noted now. It's getting very dicey here, but the MP9s, they just keep on giving.
Yeah. Pound for pound, Chad, could be the best gun in the game. It's such a nuisance, close range, farms a lot of cash, doesn't cost much. And Hampus with another chance here to clutch out, but he's up against Siren. Holds true to the bomb side. Oh, no, at range. No. Another 1 versus 1 where they have the advantage. It slips by and they have to eco now. Team Spirit will have enough cash to get the rifles out, and it's going to be 2-1.
Same situation for poor Siren. The Go-Go Gadget arm's not long enough for him to pick up the AK as well.
Oh, you're right, okay. I looked away once the round was over. You're right, though.
Oh, man.
Oh, they're buying again? At least 1 AK. Okay.
Oh, man. And Hampus here, he's low on HP. His little Siren in the back of the site just swings out on the low HP.
Wow.
Deary me.
Nightmare fuel for an IP. Good grenade. Could cause significant damage. Hampus down to 60. Round number 4. After winning the pistol as well. Quite a convincing manner. They've had 2 unfortunate rounds. I'm going to say unlucky, but luck maybe not a factor in some of the situations there.
Nice tag, and that's on the AK. The only one with armor. So, actually, huge damage from the scout.
Actually, yeah, because it's pretty useless without it. Magic's lovely spot is to get 1 and drop down. That's normally your objective at ramp. You don't stay for all the kills, just want to cause some damage and just like that, get out of there. It's a portal to both bomb sites. It's valuable real estate, but not the end of the world giving it up, especially when you know they haven't got all the bells and whistles for a low execution, which could be a problem. Patsy now with the chance to find Reds, and that's going to be the AK given over to Hampus.
Yeah, good awareness there from Patsy. Hampus is going to backpedal towards lobby, but this is what Mirage felt like. When they got to like 45 seconds, it never really felt like NIP were going to win any of those rounds, and now with Glocks and 1 AK, it doesn't feel that way here either. Ramp's called clear. Well-timed smoke. Siren, that is what you want to see from your anchor. It's those little details. It's going to come screeching out on the fade of this.
Yeah, they don't have much time to work with. Smoke will go down in about 5 seconds. Open the door and presumably get mowed down by Siren, who's in a prime position to actually get all 4 kills here. There's the first 3. Chopper will chime in. It's actually probably pretty good. He gets a kill there. Another $600 for him. And they're in a very comfortable spot. Wonderful with the scouts. They don't have the funds to really justify getting rid of it. So will be 3-1, but still a good chance here for an IP to bounce back. AK-47 for Chopper this time, so that was recovered.
Yeah, so a better looking round now for Spirit. For NIP, sure, they get out a few more AKs, but Rez purchasing 1 up into the last. He only has a Deagle, same as Hampus, right? So we are now into round 5 at NIP, nowhere close to anything that has resembled a full gun round. Let's see what they can do with this. Spotted. Patsy would have seen a little glimmer right there, so knows that someone is quite quick behind this. They had the instant pop with their own molly to make sure there was no gap, and Siren again, he's doing a great job anchoring this top site, has locked it down with an MP9, now with the rifle in 2 rounds. Hampus has passed, jostling with Chopper, in-game leader on in-game leader action.
He goes towards the window room, feigns the fact he may have gone out of the window there towards ramp, just to apply pressure to Wonderful as he's getting ready to receive a full ramp take here. Difficult to get out, especially when you only have a couple of flashes, but it can be done, especially when you go to the scout here. So he'll be looking to get a tag, which he does, and goes down. Not the best position there. Good trade, and, wow, fantastic shot from Patty, it has to be said.
Too many responders here, Henry.
Yeah,
they already had Magics. Chopper dropped lower. Wonderful was already cheating over towards ramp, and now Patty's here too. And ramp control again. So Team Spirit are constantly thinking on their toes. Hampus has been down here in the lower site the entire time. Does he want to try and go vent to top? Backup secret's an option as well.
That's what he's opted for. His teammates getting ready towards the huts, and I dare say they're about to get chopped down to size as, well, there it is. It's not even an interesting finish there. They just limped out and showed their knees, their knobbly knees, and down they go.
Hampus, he has found a slight gap just on the timing, and well, Siren's aware of absolutely everything. Hampus dead, and an eco to come. No plant, no way to get extra cash money.
Absolutely not, and maybe a Wonderful AWP will be brought out this time. I don't think you need to purchase it this round, but in it comes. You know they're going to be on another partial buy. I guess they would be in the remit of that in the previous round as well with 2 Deagles, but pretty underwhelming, even though they had the lack of firepower here. A stronghold from the CTs for sure, but no real pressure applied. And Hampus getting down towards lower. Thought he could be a bit more of a nuisance there, but wasn't meant to be. Tech 9's Deagles and a fast approach here. Coming towards the main roof. We'll see whether Patsy can deal with them. And indeed, that's going to be S-Tag. The movement god removed. And, well, Hampus, lovely shot there. Still finding those key frags like he did on Mirage.
And that's what they really need from Hampus. I didn't think, you know, with the addition of Brolin to the team that it would still be Hampus, the man having to find all the entries. I thought they might have a couple more weapons with the likes of Rez and Brolin. They do like to get into the nitty and the gritty. But yeah, the numbers don't lie. I know that Blair was impressed with the incremental change from 11% to 18, I believe he quoted on the desk there. Let's see what it is after this
impressed.
map. Well, CSGO have sided with them, and they can officially be known as the night shift.
Okay, well, there you have it.
So that, I guess, we don't get much to say. And
he's done it again.
Yeah, okay, that's 2. Just placed Molly. Siren again, this anchor at the top side. He is just making mincemeat.
There couldn't have been a better placed incendiary, Chad. It was actually spot on. It landed on all 3 of them. They couldn't go back. They couldn't go forward. They just had to let him mow them all down. And Hampus, a great shift in the last couple of rounds. I'm sure why Wonderful was not even aware of the high. I guess they spotted him outside. They're assuming he's still out there. It might be all for naught unless he can somehow sneak down the vents undetected with this bomb. Then he's got a chance. But you can see them watching it. And they'll recover the AWP.
Good damage.
Yeah, good damage. But money getting out of control here. Got $7,000 on Magic's, $9,000 for Patsy. Same story for Chopper. They have to reinvest still, so it will be taken down a little bit. But here we go. There's the replay from Hampus, who it's getting some pretty spectacular shots, but it's all in vain if you're not converting the round apart from chipping away the cash and the Molotov placement. My God, there's nothing you can do. Look how engulfed in flames they are.
Siren's making anchor players look sexy at the moment. You know, he's getting a lot of action here. It's never usually fun to be playing that top side, but right now, looking good for Siren. Squeaky blown off. Brolin tucked in towards the back. Saw Brolin with a nice little maneuver yesterday. He double naded, I think it was Spinks in the back of that Squeaky door room. He got a nade drop down from a teammate, so that was pretty cool. Needs to make sure he doesn't fall foul to a similar maneuver as an aggressive incendiary placed over towards Secret to slow the trundle down. But Hampus is looking like he wants to come in through main, and oh, he's been found. Patsy up through the flames, taking 50 damage, sure, but the kill more important here, and that aggressive prong of NIP has to sit and watch and lead from the grave.
He fancies a bit more as well. Wonderful to be challenged, and he'll live up to expectations once again. Hitting the shot, Rez in a pretty deadly position here. Could get the double, and will be an equal exchange at least outside, but a 3 versus 2 for now. This is a key frag, and Plopsky can't do anything about it. Another round goes in favor of Team Spirit. No plants yet. Have we had any plants? We have had one in the pistol. No bomb has gone down since. That is alarming.
It does say a lot. It does say an awful lot here. The things are going very, very well for Spirit. They can keep it a little bit cleaner in the next few, can start to build a lot more cash. But this is the thing, because NIP have the max loss bonus, they keep finding them in these threatening rounds. You take a look at the scores on the doors, right? You can see we have 2 rounds where only 1 player survived for Spirit, and then 2 rounds where only 2 players survived. So with that factored in, you know that the cash isn't flush, and NIP want to make sure that they keep the pressure on, make sure they're constantly applying, not allowing them to get up to a too comfortable of a position, because that's when the CTs start going for all these more advantageous, aggressive maneuvers, can throw caution to the wind a little bit. It looks like the mood's good.
It looks very good. Smiles all round, beaming smiles.
Boris is having a bloody ball right now. He had a great showing over there on Mirage.
He must be up there in the top players of the tournament so far.
I would say so.
Yeah. Every map, it seems like he is popping off. We'll get Statsman Chat to have a look into it. As we enter round number 8, ladies and gents. Another partial buy, but a bit more bites available here as we've got Hampus with the AK-47.
He's number 3 as of right now, which hasn't taken into consideration this match or the match to come later today. So just keep that in mind, everybody. But currently, as it stands,
but at least there is an accurate stab in the dark for me there.
Yeah.
Okay. An educated guess. So towards the hut position, they'll wait. S-tag with the flashbang. They'll just have to throw it in there, hope for the best, and it's Patsy, Siren. Everyone getting mowed down once again. It's difficult to even build these rounds up, Chad. Before I can even get a few words out, it's all done and dusted. It's all over.
Wanda should do one of these little POVs on Siren's top anchoring this game, just to see how much of a mauling he's getting away with here. It's 15 kills in 8 rounds of play for a top site defender. That's not too shabby at all. Normally it's the individuals like Patsy and Wonderful.
Come on.
Yeah,
stay back now. Do not
get in there.
No.
Pull your knife out. Do a little bit saucy business here.
Difficult frag for Stag, even with the perfect crosshair placement. No armor. It always made things a bit difficult there. So 7-1. Plenty of rounds to be played. I'd say the bare minimum for NIP would be around 4, maybe 5 would be ideal at this point. But once again, just completely mowed down. Like, they just throw one flash in. Doesn't really seem to do much for them. That's very comfortable.
Yeah, bare minimum 3 or 4. I think. Yeah, that would
bare
be
minimum 3,
enough for us to have
5,
a conversation.
5 would be at this stage, relative to the context of this first half, ideal. It would be lighting the fire beneath them. Stag has to run the gauntlet.
Okay.
Speaking of fire, he'll be taking down the 70. So the fact he's got past the flames, they might not be aware of it, but wonderful. As we've said, another player that's been doing fantastic in this tournament. He'll have the AC position. One smoke goes down, second will follow. Hampus makes his way towards the garage.
Okay, well, this is not a capital L. It's a lowercase L. As Patsy is going to turn around, take down Brolin here, but Hampus has been able to thread the needle into the back lines. Patsy going to get hot, might get burnt away here as Hampus can start to elevate himself. Up and over, Patsy will burn. Magix is making a lot of sound here as Chopper is the one to poke his head up. Still, Hampus unaccounted for. Well, they realize that the in-game leader has been able to slip the net with those 2 smokes. No, they haven't. And oh, dearie me. Looked good.
It looked very
good.
Oh, no. They can still win the round. Decent positioning from Plopsky and Rez. They're working together. They have the bomb on their back. They have to go down the vents here. And look who's waiting. They're chop up. He's ready to take them down. And there it is. Another convincing round of 4 players surviving. It's 8-1.
That camera angle illustrated it better than a first-person POV could, because you saw the turn back just as the committal came in from Hampus, and you're thinking, no, 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 because he's looking away. This is the spread of the molly here. Patsy didn't really have a choice in this scenario. But you got this camera angle, right? And you can see Hampus coming, and Magix just turns. That is mental work right there. That is going to be very frustrating on the timing. 8-1 now.
A lot of that this game. They're going to take a timeout here. Not sure who called it. Could be technical. But in terms... Oh, it is technical. We've lost a player on the NIP side. It's another partial buy, Chad. That's all they've had so far. And again,
no plan.
Not to rub any salt in any wounds or so, but we have had no plans whatsoever. And this is picked by NIP. Really do need to see them pull the socks up now.
New game mode we're trying out here as well for ESL Pro League Season 16. It's everybody's CTs. So what you have to do, it's kind of a whole new game mode, guys. I don't know if you... Yeah, there we go. We're just playing with you. We're just playing with you. We update the HUD. It's all good.
All right, everything's fine. Match has been restored. And looks like we are good to go. So as I mentioned, it looks likely to be another partial buy. Can't really justify much more than Tech 9s and Armor. On these sort of rounds, I wouldn't mind just the outside wall of smokes. They managed to get down towards Secret a couple of times. Let's get 3 or 4 players down Secret, shall we? Let's at least have a couple of duels going in our favor. Let's see whether that's a possibility. Let's just do something together instead of getting picked off one by one and then sprayed down with 20 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think the thing is, because they're using Hampus as this early beacon, if he gets the space, that's one thing. If he doesn't get the space, then it doesn't leave them with a whole lot of options here. So we need to see something that they can start replicating. Still lots of rounds to be played within this half, and top site flashes with a main smoker coming through. Siren this time very blind, turns back into the second, should be dead to rights here, and Rez, as he did in the pistol round, will mop up that kill. This is looking like an opportunity for NIP. A flash forward, Magic's coming fast, and Hampus with a banger from the T-vent. Maybe they've done enough.
I think they have. It's very difficult to retake this upper bomb site when numbers are against you. They've managed to recover an M4 now and the AK-47. If they give this round up, Chad, call it done.
It's going to be a hard round to give over here. So many angles you have to worry about, even with that one-way smoke to peer on over as you come out the heavens. Wonderful looking to save this, and Chopper too.
Well, that's more like it. So they're yet to win a gun round, but sticking together, having the surprise element on their side, good flashbangs. We know they can play this map. It's their pick. That's much more like it. That's going to be a confidence booster round. Like we said, 3 or 4 at this stage will be absolutely fine. And there's Plopsky. Didn't have a weapon, so not the end of the world. But they'll save the AWP and the AK-47 between Wonderful and Chopper, respectively.
Okay, well, they have a couple more gun rounds in them here, but that's great for NIP. So they've been able to pull something out of their arse. Let's see now that the guns are out if they can find anything more. As I mentioned, plenty of rounds to be played. This could still be an 8-7 scoreline for NIP if they continue in these winning ways, but that's going to mean 5 more consecutive rounds here to close out the half. And, well, with the bomb going down, they've broken that streak too.
True. The bomb did get planted, but yet to win a gun round, I'd say they want to break that streak as well. That would be nice. So Molotov's there to deny the perfect smoke placement. I believe there was quite the gap there. So we'll see if that can be exploited. Brolan finally gets the best of Chopper through that smoke. So there is quite the gap. Will they be aware of it, though? They would have heard the extinguish, so I'm sure they'll be holding tight up until the moment they have to move here. Maybe refocus towards ramp is wonderful. Actually gets in position once more. Grenade will take a West tag there.
This is a type of round with an opening kill that you'd hope they're able to convert here. Now, the fact that Brolan is low, sure, but you'd hope will play in late. 15 points of health, bomb, light util. And they have a lot of room towards yard right now. So Hampus is trying to pull everybody into the play. Clock now sub 1 minute. And no real movements from Spirit. They haven't gone looking as a group. They're not trying to re-aggress and take any territory. I think right now, individually speaking, they think that they have the upper hand. So it's going to need one of these 4 players on Spirit to get a multi-kill.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. Time ticking away, though, and we all have 40 seconds remaining. Hampus discovered outside, where he's been occupying that area most rounds. So you could pretty much guarantee his teammates might be towards lobby as they take their focus away. S-Tagged is showing a bit of presence towards ramp here, but won't be committing behind it.
Well, Magic's did come down, and now the util towards top, so time to pincer in. That's it with one, bomb loose. They know that's coming now, and time seems to be the issue for NIP again. Siren up in the rafters, just locking this one down. S-Attack, he gets the trade. No time, the nade's too good. And back into the winning ways for Spirit, so 9-2.
Very well held. Magic's from the heaven position. Playing God, removing life from the outside area. And fortunately for NIP, they want a partial buy, right? So they're able to have a decent buy going forward here, but that's the gap in the smoke. Here's Magic's, as I mentioned, taking down Hampus. Catches the perfect timing there. And wonderful, this is a hell of a shot.
Big flicky there, isn't it?
And the prime position for Siren, so difficult to clear that out. S-Tag even did well to find that frag. But like I said, full buy, winning with the Tech 9s beforehand. 9-2 though, this one really is running away from them.
This is a great little setup here. Patsy will get him if they come over close, or at least he should do. Hampus looking to clear it this time.
Oh,
no,
lazy clear.
Yeah, you don't love to see it, and Wonderful gets the strike off the back of it. Res Turf 2, and
I think he's get out now.
Yeah, back off. 3 on 5.
Yep, just go play a default round at this point. Good adjustment, keeping that orb dynamic. He's either towards heaven, ramp, outside close. Very difficult to counter him when he's doing that, especially when he's in the zone, winning rounds and continuing having that orb.
One question that I think would be a nice one to know would be, is it Chopper calling the shots to the setups where Wonderful's going, or is he getting an opportunity to dictate the play?
I would like to think the AWPer normally calls for himself.
Well, that's back in the day, right?
Exactly.
That's how we used to, because you want your AWPer to be confident in going for those fights. So
And
I'd be curious in
using the
this
spawns
team.
as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a couple of details that really play into how you're going to take those fights. Hard for us to illustrate all the time, but definitely a factor. As Patsy looking to mow down a couple, the lineup almost there.
He does significant damage towards S-Tag, it has to be said. So 1.5 we'll call it. Brolan, he probably gets this kill, to be honest, but he's got to deal with the player above him, which is just too much of a tall order. And S-Tag, they know exactly where he is. Sure, he has the bomb, but even if he got the knife out and ran towards the lower bomb site, it would still be a massive task to try and get that bomb planted here. He has to check so many angles, and just one bullet will take him down, which presumably will come in now. And there it is, double digits, and that was the last of the Swedish gold, I believe, because we're going to take a timeout, and they do have a buy available, but it'll be a mixture of Galil's, AKs, a lot of concessions to be made, and this is the clear, like, yeah, you checked it, but did you really check it? Because you walked past him.
Yeah, we've discussed that concept already throughout this week, right? It's just you have to be very diligent when you're doing those type of roles, and you can see how robotic some of the players who do it are. Like Electronic kind of fits into that quite nicely. But Hampus normally does, right? He just seems to be having a little bit of an off event, and these players are held to an extremely high standard, so the critique, unfortunately, is going to come with the territory. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. As an AK has been purchased on in, so looking... Okay, never mind. A Galil 2, a Deagle as well. They're just going to level their cash out, knowing that they're in max loss bonus territory. Level their cash out in the middle of the pack. With that big loss bonus coming into the next round, they will all be able to buy, but they're as threatening as they can be for round 13 with a Galil, an AK, 2 P250s, and a Deagle.
Yeah, the T-side curse continues here, Chad. Yet to win a gun round. Remember, they won the first pistol round and then a force buy or partial buy rush towards upper. So yet to really have any impact whatsoever with the AK-47s. The Desert Eagles have been fantastic. Don't worry about those. They're hitting the shots all day long.
So maybe we should be looking at an NIP round right here. They use the L-block smoke to try and make their way across to the warehouse. Never mind the rerouting of Hampus towards Secret, straight into Patsy, and yeah, you're right, the deagle, it seems accurate. Well, the bomb's down too, and they've also started to surge multiple members forward in towards the lower site. Bit of a quicker play from NIP here.
I think we have to at this point. These slow plays, dribbling out towards the bomb sites aren't working out. Oh, that's a nice work from Brawlan. Should be another pistol victory here by the looks of things.
Yeah, they're just hemorrhaging players right now. Magics did respond towards this lower play, but they have stalled it. And the next movements to come through. Now, contained towards lobby is Brawlan. They just want to deal with him. If they can remove this question mark, it frees Magics up to focus at least in one direction only. And Brawlan is just buying a lot of time here without even realizing it. A fight comes his way and he'll clean it up. So a great round from Brawlan. He's done enough here. App's opener, Brawlan 2 kills, one with the P250, one with the M4, and we'll call that 10-3.
On planted, and yeah, I think you might be right. Not worth giving up any more rifles, or especially that AWP. Wonderful for a chance to find Brawlan, and indeed will convert it. So Bobs needs to be very careful. They'll have to run out of flames, and I thought he was about to hit the 180. It was close, but not meant to be. So do they want to take the AWP on the T side? Looks like they do. It's better than M4, I suppose. Change things up. Yeah, that's the rest tag next round. On their feet, though.
Yeah, 10-5. They'll be very happy with that, and maybe some gun rounds to come with it here. Magics will be silenced, and oh, actually, you know what? Some drops required here. At least one drop. Wonderful might have to hook Siren up with an M4. If NIP win this next round, there's going to be very limited cash left over for Team Spirit, because at the moment, after all these buys, at the high end is Wonderful with 2.9, and at the low end is Patsy with 200. Right. Everybody else scattered between, so not far off, was he? So yeah, if NIP can win this, 10-5 seeming very likely, but if Spirit win this round, I think we'll be settling for a 12-3 scoreline. So
two very different situations there.
Stark, isn't it?
Yeah, a very important round here. Don't want to miss this one.
Insta-bloom? Or did I blink?
I didn't catch it.
I think I blinked. What happens with a bit more space towards Yard? There's that L-block smoke being erected one more time, and he can creep and crawl behind this. So many options, dip in towards main, go across in towards credit card, straight in towards the warehouse, or even use it safely to get your way down in towards secret.
So this is more like it. We've actually got 4 players going down towards secret, safely, unharmed. The Chopper is ready and waiting for them, but it's a difficult prospect. You normally Molotoved off towards those steps.
He's aiming very high, looking for the boost. Seen ahead, got a dink, gets away.
Good control. He spotted multiple players there as well, did some damage, like you said. Magics wants to tuck himself in a bit deeper, I would say, and he's doing so. Very, very important round here.
Oh, he likes this position here, Magics.
Yeah.
Good spot to find himself in with Chopper on the rafters as well, because he can cover off towards the decon. Here comes the U-tilt. Chopper just got spammed.
He absolutely did. I think Magic's is in trouble as well, completely blind. Finds the bomb, but I don't think he'll get much more here. Down he goes. Rez will drop him, and good Molotov as well. Looking very good for the ninjas, but where did that come from?
Straight through the smoke.
Siren's still towards up, but the bomb plant is lower. Brawlan waits towards lobby. S-Tag hits a shot on Patsy here, so it's looking like the round might be confirmed. I say might with bated breath, as anything can and will happen. Siren, last line of defense, really. Wonderful, can't really do anything about this, but if he gets the kill on Brawlan, maybe that's something. He's very quick. He'd have to be lightning fast here. Not meant to be.
Oh, almost got the crosshair in the right place. And Siren, yeah, he's been having a good game locking down that top side, but I think this retake is a little bit above him. And there's the spam. Okay, I was a little bit perplexed because I saw Plopsky over towards the double doors after that kill came through. So he's jumped his way up into the vent, spam straight through. You see players attempt that spam a lot. It's not often they just get a pure kill through it. So
I think Dupree got one on the T side towards the vent 2 days ago.
Okay, oh, so, yeah. All right.
So that's where I saw it then. But yeah, you're right. You don't see too many of them. That's 2 this tournament. Round 15, as you mentioned. Concessions to be made if Team Spirit take that round away. So yeah, absolutely. In the vent, was he full HP as well? Yeah,
I think he was. So that's a great little spam here for Plopsky. You can all learn this at home. Line yourself up about there and do the crab walk. Looks beautiful.
Last chance saloon for an IP. Like we said, 5 will do. It's not ideal on your map pick, but considering how this was going for them, they'll take it all day long. I would say they need to get out of there, but Magix, he doesn't care, does he? He'll be taking the second frag, and it's a 5 versus 3. They're upgraded weapons. They're very happy with that. A coordinated assault towards the lobby. Crunches NIP, and they are left disillusioned now.
Bit of a classic, isn't it? When in doubt, rush lobby. So
yeah, it's classic.
Keep it old school.
And they're all towards T-spawn here, so might as well take your time. It's the final round. There'll be no saving here. And still a fighting chance. You never know. Siren, though, locks them out once again. Another 20 seconds.
Grey screen, NIP's favorite thing to look at the moment.
Well, on Mirage, they were getting plenty of smoke kills, to be fair to them.
That's true.
We were actually getting pretty excited for the prospect of NIP in that first half. Like, look at them go. They're 6-3 up. They're getting all these smoke kills. There's 5 of those. But then all of a sudden it went very quiet and very grim. Siren, I don't think you had to be holding that angle, I'll be honest. There was no need considering the situation, but all is well still. Things get a little bit more problematic now with him going down.
Magic's going to bait them in here, and you can see this position from Wonderful. He should get a couple of kills. Magic's just trying to lure them in closer and closer.
They're going to have to go in eventually.
Well, leg shown. Magic's with the dink, but this is Wonderful's time to strike. Hampus walks straight into the barrel. The swing around, not there. Rez will find the trade, so it is a 2-on-2 now. Bomb should be able to get its way planted. Rez being a menace towards this top side. It's fading. There's no time for this. Can pivot around towards the back of the site. Plopsky does defend in time, and Chopper ascends up the ladder. 2-on-2. It is on like Donkey Kong, and Chopper might be hearing some of these little jumps around the site now. Pivots out, and Rez, he has been great.
There we go, Chad. A 5 versus 3, and one player overstepping the mark. I dare say that was the reason for it. Opens the floodgates, spreads the defense thin, and NIP looks like they've done it here. There's no kit available for Patsy. 10-5, looking more and more likely as the seconds go by, and you have to say that's a comeback of sorts. Sure, it's not the best scoreline for them, but that's a frustrating round to give away there for Team Spirit. As we enter halftime, they've woken up. They've posted enough here to give themselves a fighting chance in the second half. Are they going to do it, though? That's the big question. You're going to have to join us after the break to find out.
Hey Future Pros! Today I wanted to show you another method to take outside and find picks on the T side of Nuke. This execute will obstruct a lot of vision from the CTs and possibly force a warehouse player out into the open for a fairly easy pick. For this execute, you will need 4 Future Pros along with 3 smokes, 2 mollies and 2 HEs. Future Pro 1, you'll be throwing the bottom hell window smoke. To throw this smoke, hop into this corner. Aim at the top of this pipe vent and slightly to the right of the line. Run forward and jumping through the smoke as you get close to the wall in front. Save your molly as you can use this to block off secret as you spend more time outside. Future Pro number 2, you only have a warehouse smoke to throw, so don't mess it up. To throw the warehouse smoke, look into the center of this wall. Aim at the bracket on the silo. Then jump throw the smoke. After this, head into lobby and hold off any pushes. Future Pro number 3, you'll be throwing the A main smoke, mollying secret, and saving a HE for CT red. To throw your smoke, position yourself so half of this vent is cut off by the wall.
Eine Legende, dieser Mann.
Das bringt Sie und Ihr Flugzeug an die Belastungsgrenze. Mein Dad hat an dich geglaubt. Ich mache nicht denselben Fehler.
Das sind deine Piloten. Wenn ihnen irgendetwas passiert, wirst du dir das niemals verzeihen.
Sommer wird nice. Dein Sommer wird funny. Dein Sommer wird flurry. Mix dir veganes Schokosofteis, viele leckere Soßen und crunchy Toppings. Hol dir jetzt dein McFlurry. Stay flurry.
Welcome back to ESL Pro League Season 16. You join us in map number 2 between Team Spirit and Ninjas in Pijamas. The pick of the Ninjas, and it's 10-5 that they have to swallow after the first half. Doesn't necessarily go their way, but still a much better showing towards the end of the half, Chad. And hopefully they can give us a bit of a show here in the pistol once more.
They broke through, but we'll be keeping the stats coming. This is more from SEO here. He says they've hit double digits. NIP have now won 12 T-side rounds out of a possible 69 rounds during ESL Pro League Season 16. This is good for a 17.4% win rate on the T side. We'll come back to comparisons with other teams after this special message.
Well, here we go then. A fast assault from Siren and Co. towards outside, and it's going to be the first frag there for Hampus. He'll actually continue his good form. He's one of the players that really was fragging throughout. Advantage for NIP so far, but not for long. This is a very important situation, and only two bullets left.
Oh,
doesn't matter.
Chopper!
Chopper's there. You can always rely on the captain. And Rez, our P2000, love to see it. It's a beautiful weapon.
See, they lost track of all the players as well, so dotted one across the map. Chopper was already down towards lower, so you're thinking things must be clear, but running straight in towards Rez and now Plopsky 2. This 2-on-2 is going to be dicey for Spirit. Oh, the aim on point. Chopper instantly with the goosh. Plopsky's put on notice immediately here, and he knows it wasn't the P2K, so should have a good idea that it is both players now down here towards the lower side of the map, clearing things out with ease, well aware of both, and Magix and Chopper, they get it done. Call it 11.
Good call on the pistol there, Chad. I guess that's something to consider as well in those sort of situations. If you do have the P2000 equipped, it's very obvious as to who you are. Well, there it is. Team Spirit looked like they had the control the most of that round, but some good kills from Hampus towards lower, and Rez getting the bomb in the 2 versus 2. It's all down to that gush, though. As soon as Chopper hits that, they're on the back foot trying to get together. Didn't work out, and Magix with 2 bullets was saved by Chopper. What a great shot this was. Fantastic timing, couldn't be better. And once they knew one player was low, could just isolate them. And we'll see whether the force will come in, and indeed it will. They've been deadly with the Deagles, these Swedes.
Okay, well, they've trickled the smoke once they've already taken red control, which means the Patsy can instantaneously get across. But while we sit and wait for any action, I'll continue giving you these stat lines. So, as mentioned, it was 17.4% of T rounds for NIP out of the possible, so 12 out of the possible 69.
Yeah.
Just to compare this with other teams in Group A, Endpoint have 40.4%, Fnatic 44.1%, Na'Vi have 48.9%, Vitality 50%, and Spirit 50.6%, which is obviously going to be changing with the rounds in front of us right here, right now. But yeah, so basically, not trying to upset NIP out there, but that is one of the key points for their struggles so far within the group. A rough goal on the T side.
I think it's a valid observation.
Yeah, well, numbers don't lie, right?
Famously.
You got to add a bit of context to them, and I think we've done that.
Oh, towards Ram could be problematic, though. We have got Hampus boosted up, and he has got a dastardly deagle on him, Chad, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah, well, that's a cool tutorial to see Plopsky throw a smoke, but you're right. This is where all the action is. Hampus has to get... He needs 2. Oh, no clears. And no kills.
No kills, no, bro. You got to hit those.
Yeah, that deagle. The first bullet close. The second, not too bad, but the kill not coming through. And now it should be saved the other 4 and have a little... He
was on for 2 kills there.
Felt good, didn't it?
At least 2. He took his time and got 2 taps.
It's weird when they come around the corner not looking at you, then you have to consider the pathing, then you're like, do I pull the trigger, do I wait? And then they clear him late, and well, 12-5.
He gets 2, they probably win the round, that's a shame, but they can save the Deagles and armor, not the end of the world. Not the best scenario either, but...
no one said that.
No one's saying that, but it's absolutely fine. They'll have to hold on to it, and good news for Team Spirit, they'll hold on to all 5 weapons as well, even after not clearing the round. I'm sure that's the last time that will happen. Although they've learned their lesson now, they've got away with it.
A bit touch and go there for a second. Now, it's all stand around Magics to see if we can create some form of a buffer from the bomb.
The human wall.
Or, realistically, the fact that you can stay in the site and not go down to the bomb is something that needs to be adjusted. You guys
the fact that Inferno would change it so you get blown up in T-spawn now, whatever it is, like, you feel like you shouldn't be able to stay in the window room.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The Inferno change, I'm hoping that it slowly comes into more maps. Some are more difficult to balance than others. For example, Nuke being on top of one another makes it a little bit more difficult. The Inferno one, I like that it stimulates players. You can't just save in pit anymore, so that means the CTs...
unless the bomb's at the very back, and you're at the very back as well. So you have to think about your plan and be a bit more strategic. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I totally agree.
And one of the keys that it, hopefully, right, it's hard to tell, but one of the things that you'd hope is it stimulates the late round more, because Inferno is one of those maps where once you lose the site, you just save. This gives the CTs like an opportunity to go, hey, do we want to try and get some exits if the finances are close? Ooh. So more options. And that's what we like in Counter-Strike. As many options as you can come up with, the more. The game is your oyster. However you want to throw your smokes, throw your util.
Well, Team Spirit have cracked this oyster open. And looks like I get the delicious fruit inside because, well, Rez will pull one back. He'll just be looking to save the AK. The bomb's not down yet. Yeah, exactly. There's still a fighting chance. And maybe I spoke too soon. Hampus, as we said, a bit of a Deagle god. Could go for the one-way smoke from outside heaven, perhaps.
Is that what he's looking to do? Because the smoke that was thrown heaven by Spirit looked a little bit off. I don't know if it was intentionally off. Because right now, it feels like NIP are just going for exits, financial damage. Bomb's almost halfway gone here, and they're still holding the shift key. So, chop up, comes around the corner. Plopsky brings a knife to a gunfight. And Rez with this Galil is hoping he can get another kill. He will.
Certainly will. And, hello, Hampus, what are you up to there?
He was trying something very tricky.
Was
Didn't even catch that. Yeah. He's keeping everyone on their toes. Definitely us, definitely the observers.
Yeah, I didn't notice that at all. There we go. 13-5 though. Opportunities and chances running quite thin on the NIP side. They will have a buy, he has to be said. Rez with the Galil operates like an M4. Not quite as much damage, but definitely serviceable on the CT side, I would say. Orb for S-Tag. Only 6 kills to his name. He was one of the players on Mirage. Actually looked like he was hitting most of his shots and actually very aggressive towards middle, if you recall, Chad. It feels like many moons ago now. A lot has happened since then, but the first 10 rounds of that CT side was looking glorious.
Now he's going to have a bit more of an instrumental role on this CT side with the AWP. So let's see if he can play that rotator position.
Got to win this round, boys. Can't stress that enough.
Right, well, very aware of any up-close and personal aggression here. They were checking it diligently. Magix has found the gap. He's out through the door, and he's down the vent.
Quietly as well. They are not sure. I'm sure they're aware of the prospect of it, but they can't confirm either way.
Well, we know when you can get towards lower, you can do a couple of tricks, right? When you open the door, maybe you open the top side door at the same time if you haven't blown it off already, obviously. Or you break some windows so you can get out the window side. We know those tricks exist, and I'm sure NIP do as well. But the late smoke wall, here's the drama. Vent rotation is completely covered. Hampus has to fight them. He has to go behind them here and get a couple of kills. The bomb, it's been stalled out for now. This fight is coming. The gap in the smoke is there. And Wonderful was ready for that.
The slight gap in the smoke.
Done.
No.
I'm calling the Uber now. I'm calling the Uber.
It's never. Okay,
it's over.
Maybe it's done now. All
let's get the shoes on.
Yeah,
pack your bag.
It's
time to go.
He's had enough.
It's a 2-0.
I can't believe we had two. Well, we haven't got them yet, but I can't believe we thought we had a 6-mapper today for sure.
Felt like it.
Now, I don't know what I'm saying. That's a 3-map.
Well,
we thought that would be 2-0.
After map 1, we thought it was going to be a 6-map.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's totally fair. We thought it'd be 2-0 the other way to kick things off. But then it went, okay, it'll be a 3-mapper. That's fine. We've got 3 maps afterwards. We've accepted our fate. But, yeah, 2 quick 2-0s by looks of things there. S-Tag, Plopsky will have to save the AWP. That was a bit too easy for Team Spirit, right? They got locked off by the incendiary, but if anything, that has bought them a couple of kills.
Yeah, and like the logic in that situation from Team Spirit is so simple. It's if we can get Magix down the vent, he can hold the rotation, we have enough smokes to go back and do a full smoke wall, we go down secret, the only point we have to focus on is clearing out the window side. We know they can't be decon because Magix is already down there, and vent rotation is not possible. So the idea of the strat was great, but that kill is fantastic. So aware of the gap that they leave, wonderful. That's heads-up Counter-Strike right there.
Thinking on his feet. So, PGL, what have you got for the boys here? Take another tactical timeout, and discuss their options, but Chad, they are still yet to win a map in EPO, and I think it's official. Once you go down 0-3, that's going to be it. You won't be going through.
Yeah, I leave those bold statements to the night shift these days.
Is that a bold statement?
I leave all the bold statements to the night shift.
I think it's a reasonable statement at this point. If you like, winning a map counts towards your total, right? At least in some, in the heads up, at least. If you don't want a map and it's 0-3, surely it's over.
Yeah, but Henry, these guys, you know, they say day is night, right? So that's why I don't want to get involved in any. I leave it all to them.
I've retracted it.
I leave it all to them, and
they've still got a chance in the group, even if they go 0-3, guys.
And Graham Pitt.
They've still got a chance, apparently.
Well,
all right.
Parler will give you guys the news after this, all right? Let him break
He's breaking it down now. He's got the abacus out. Oh, that's a kill. That's a kill all day long.
And that's the game. Okay.
Not another one. Not another one. Okay, lads, what are we doing?
Well, it's over. They're out of it. Mentally, we can see they're not here today. They haven't been here in this group.
Well, they haven't been in this tournament, yeah.
NIP were left in Sweden, and their bodies have manifested here in Malta.
Yeah. Absolutely true. I'm afraid Estag is nothing. Like, guys, it's 1 minute 20 left and you're literally all dead. Have you done any damage, perhaps? No bullets have landed.
So, guys, I have an AWP. So one of the keys here with the role that I play, let me just explain it because we have 40 seconds now. Yeah, with this gun that you guys want me to play with, I need you to give me the information so I can reposition and use the best gun in the game to kill them. So if you guys could stay alive for maybe longer than, I don't know, 15 to 20 seconds, I might have a chance to do that. Here we have it again, the highlight reel.
What gun did Reds has to challenge that? Did he have a rifle?
Yeah, I think he must have.
It's a brave challenge, even against an AK. Well.
Yeah.
Oh, they're hunting him down as well. He'll get, not even one, perhaps. He knows his days are numbered here. Nice shot. If he gets a couple, you'll be like, fair enough. There's a couple, but that's all he'll get.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, yeah. That's all you can say at this stage, chat. So, 10 rounds in a row to take us to overtime, and I dare say there'll be a few more twists and turns in terms of some Deagle kills. Now you've really thrown caution to the wind at this stage. MP9s coming out, Deagles, M4s. You just do what you can, I suppose. If they just gave up in that previous round, Lord knows what they'll bring to the table here.
It's going to be a fun demo review tonight. This is kind of one of the ones you want to keep on the bedside table and maybe pretend that you're reading the book, but you know, you really, it's all a bit of a ruse here. Well, it's been a fun game. Spirit have been great. Spirit have been phenomenal.
Considering they looked a little bit spotty against Endpoint, like going overtime twice, but now in hindsight, like, well, maybe that's fair enough. Endpoint seems to be a pretty decent team.
You know, they beat Na'Vi, so Counter-Strike Maths. Na'Vi are, by Hedra TV, the #1 team in the world, so that means Endpoint are now number 0.
They must be. They're number 0.
This is how Counter-Strike Maths works, just like all the other maths out there.
Well, it's amazing what 3 days a difference will make, because NIP, like we said, we're on the dark horses. Like, oh yeah, you obviously got Vitality and Na'Vi. Probably NIP, I'd imagine, going to be 3rd. That's obvious. Maybe Team Spirit can cause an upset. No one really knows after the player break. We haven't seen Team Spirit play in 8 weeks. Not since Cologne, but here we go. Like I said, a few more twists and turns, potentially. And there it is. It's going to be decent damage towards Magix as well. And not done just yet, it seems. Mr. Wonderful, though. AWP. Good shot. He doesn't miss many of them. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile every single time.
I have a very well-oiled team here. I know that they're still in a very unlikely situation to win right now, but even just the pieces.
You mean NIP?
Yeah, no. The well-oiled team being Team Spirit. I like the way they're approaching these rounds. Like the Chopper. You mentioned they hadn't played since Cologne.
Right.
That's so much time for them to have come out with all these new approaches.
It's a good thing, right? Because NIP, they're coming off the back of last groups, right?
Yeah.
And they're in Group A here, unfortunately. It's just the luck of the draw, literally. And they've had to come straight here to Malta. So,
try it again. Throw it over the fence.
Get rid of that.
None for you, S-Attack. And they were nice shots by Brolin there, but it's very difficult to get excited about anything right now. This is the start of what the comeback will be. Oh, and after time with the nade, but don't worry about it. Magix has 9.6k.
He absolutely does, and he did deny them the AWP, which is very wise to do so. All they can do now is take each round as it comes. I think we've all been here before. You and I have casted a few of these, Chad, in our time. All we can really do is just analyze the rounds, and that's all NIP can do, is just try and hold on for dear life. They've got enough to keep buying now. Good shots for sure.
If we get to the point where we reserve the mega excitement for double digits. So 4 more rounds consecutively required for NIP before we think that this may be a possibility, before those lovely words will be uttered. Brolin stands tall again, chiming in with Hampus from Warehouse. They're getting a bit of traction towards Yard now. Bit of a rush to finish this one as Spirit, so fast towards the Yard again. They've been denied the first 2 frags. Still down towards Secret, they will be able to make their way. Brolin with the re-rotation, the AK ready to unleash here, and just a tiny noggin spotted. Patsy, he'll say goodbye as well, and there we go. This is going to be another round for NIP.
Absolutely is. Magix and Siren remain, but like you said, that fast approach, trying to force the issue down towards Secret. No smokes deployed. He's trying to take the heads-up battles, and Hampus and Brolin mow them down once again. We'll see whether they can keep it clean, though.
These two have been great. 18 for Magix, 18 for Siren. He did a great job, the latter, in anchoring that top site in the first half. I know where Magix is, that's no question. Siren, however, still undetected. Very diligent on these clears, and this one's always difficult. Steps out, sees Hampus, able to convert.
That's a really frustrating type of peak to receive. You know you're done for once you spot that.
Maybe another here for Siren. He is sharp. Close. Popsky fends him off, waves him away, and says, thank you very much. We'll be taking number 7. So 8 more now.
Well, 5 seconds remain. Magix will do well to stay alive after time. It doesn't look like he's in any serious immediate danger. And there we go. Like Chad said, when it gets about double digits, when we'll start having that conversation about a comeback. Right now, we're just going through the motions. The pressure's off for NIP. Already accepted your fate, and you're just like, right, let's just play the rounds. We'll just do what we can.
The 1 round at a time mentality needs to come into play here, right?
Yeah.
And then once they get into that territory we're talking about, and probably not until they're up to 14, do they believe they could even take this to overtime, right? It's just, we go in, we play the round. We go in, we play the round. The flow-on effects, the ramifications, you have to kind of wipe the slate clean, keep your mind fresh.
Well, it is the ESL Pro League, and if any sort of strange or spooky scenarios would ever go down, this would be the league for it, and stranger things have happened. We've seen crazier comebacks than this, and it's the CT side of Nuke. If ever you've got to choose a side and a map to do so, this would probably be it, Chad. Would I be wrong in saying that?
But you'd like Brolin to be alive.
Yeah, as I was saying that, he did decide to go down, which is an issue.
He did get pipped at the post by
I'm already
Chopper
trying to build
here.
it up, I don't know why.
But you can see how forward he was, right? So a lot of teams, they wanted to make sure, I assume, that because we didn't actually catch it, that they didn't want to allow a player to go down the vent, right? Yeah, and they're just going to walk into it. Because Magic's got down the vent before for free. Yeah. You want to avoid that happening again. Brolin thought he would get ahead of that play and just got owned. So I think Patsy's about to get a kill here.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
And I think we'll pack it up, shall we? Popsky and Rez.
Not quite. They're both here. They've got AK-47s. Sure, they need 2 kills each, yeah, but it's possible.
Oh!
There it is. Here it comes. 1-on-1. I told you. 45 seconds remain, and yeah, it's those AKs. A ton of damage being put out there.
Popsky is still hanging around. Magic needs to be
I like
quiet.
this fact he's gone towards heaven.
If he just peers into the site, Magic should win this. Just a glance, that's all he needs. A look, a scope, a kill, that's it. 16-7, a golf clap around the globe right now as Spirit take care of business. They're not celebrating like it was a crazy victory. It was another day at the office. What a fantastic performance from these individuals yet again.
And yes, unfortunately can't say the same for NIP. They continue their loss streak here, unable to pick up a map once again. They go 0-3 in the group. Disheartening, but definitely not the end of the world. They'll be back. And we'll be back with the desk very shortly after this break.
16-9 on Mirage, 16-7 on Nuke. Spirit with a dominant performance, overcoming the Ninjas. What a sad state of affairs for the Ninjas in Pijamas. I think we all expected more. They're now at the very, well, they remain. They were before, they still are at the very bottom of Group A, but now 0-3.
0 maps 1 and 3 series. I have 2 more opportunities remaining, and I gotta say, at this point, you need to be on some crazy amount of copium to believe they're gonna make it out of the groups. This is the rough, showing the T-side woes continue again. We saw, again, this is new. This is your map pick. You kind of maybe expected something to come out from them. Nothing happened again. They maybe got a couple of buy rounds on the T-side, which looked a little impressive. That's not enough, man. In a best-of-3 series, that's just shocking.
Maui, are you also feeling a sense of disappointment?
For sure. It's just not their event. Just not their ESL Pro League Season 16. Not theirs.
And I tell you what, we'll break it down in more detail shortly, but talking about disappointment, I think it's time that us here on the night shift address some drama. I'm very disappointed and upset by the stance taken by our colleagues on social media. Look at this. Sponge, Stunner, Harry, I've seen Hugo chiming in at times, calling us out for just nonsense.
It's backstab. I was playing last night with Harry James Russell. I was playing with him last night. Matchmaking was unboxing knives left, right, and center. It was like, hey, like, we're all proud to be part of the night shift, and there we go in public. Just two-faced Harry Russell. Chat's hitting on us as well. I mean, what's going on here, Paula?
Yeah, there's been quite the conversation happening on Twitter, Maui, about the night shift, correct?
Mario. No, yeah. No, I think that people right now are jealous. They're haters out there, but the haters won't keep us down. That's what we got to know.
And I tell you what,
the haters fuel us.
The haters fuel us, but you know what fuels me even more?
What's that?
Is when the gods side with us. Gabe Newell himself, that runs the CSGO Twitter account, source, trust me, bro, whoever it is behind that account, they're on our side.
Yes.
It's nighttime somewhere, therefore it's always hashtag, say it with me, guys, the night shift. Old man yells at Cloud, Simpsons GIF reference.
Love it. Love the backing we're getting from CSGO.
Thank you at CSGO. Respect.
Shout out CSGO.
And there it is.
There we go.
It's in the poster.
Right there.
The night shift. Counter-Strike's finest. Blair.
We didn't make that.
Someone else said that.
Someone else said that.
Blair, Parler, and Maui say. Anyway, guys, we've had our fun. Don't forget to follow ESL CS on Twitter. CSGO, the rest of us, whatever. You can find us all.
The conversation keeps going on Twitter.
The conversation is ongoing. Yes. All right, now let's break this one down. Guys, Ninjas 0-3, all right? They've had a terrible... I mean, I think we had a stat from Season 15 that no team has ever made it through an ESL Pro League if they have 3 losses. Potentially at this point, NIP are out. I cannot confirm that. But potentially at this point, there's no future for them.
Oh, no future for this event.
Yes, for sure.
Whatever is going on with them at this event needs to be rid of moving forward, because this is the worst I have seen this NIP ever. I've never seen this 5-man lineup look this bad. There's a huge lack of trading. It feels like you're just watching 5 individuals spread out and die individually. I can't always understand what the game plan is round to round for them. And despite the fact that sometimes they've made some impressive CT side comebacks like we saw yesterday, the T sides are in a state of such tragic. It's so bad, Blah, that I can't really even put my finger on just one thing. It seems like comprehensively their game plans are
I can bring up some numbers here, and it's like something chat touched upon as well. We spoke about in the pre-game segment. Look, Endpoint they're the second lowest rated team when it comes to T side. 40% win rate on a T side. NIP have 17% off a 6 map. That is unacceptable, right?
Brutal.
The opening kills on a T side is 27%. Again, it's like if Hampus doesn't show up and does anything, no one else is stepping up to the plate and really getting those opening kills as well. Dude, the 4v5 conversion is 8%. That's one of the worst I've ever seen in a tournament, at least in the ESL Pro League. So something is really, really wrong with NIP camp right now, and hopefully they're able to fix this real quickly, because this things are looking grim.
Yeah, what's really also worrying is that some of the rounds that they won on that T side there on Nuke, like 3 of them were basically half buys.
And a pistol round.
And yeah, pistol round and 2 half buys. And so when you're getting your rounds like that, that just means those are unsustainable circumstances where usually people are just getting a nice deagle headshot and just kind of using the mechanics of the guns to your advantage, just the move speed, and just kind of making things a little more chaotic, which is not how, if you're a tier 1 team, you're supposed to be finding the bulk of your victories.
Let's turn our attention now from the woes of NiP to the success of Team Spirit. We have a package highlighting how well Siren went off on Nuke.
I'm really happy we got this package of Siren because he's kind of like the unsung hero for this team, right? Because you can look at Magix. By the way, Magix has been light out thus far in the Pro League. You have Wonderful, who's been stepping in and doing a wonderful job, no pun intended, filling in a massive hole left by Dexter leaving. And of course, we have Patsy. You know, he's pure aggression personified, the best entry, one of the best entries in the world right now, if you ask me. And Siren's a guy who's kind of like in the middle or the bottom of the scoreboard doing his job, but in this map he was just rock solid on the upper bomb side defense.
He's a great player to have. Just as it seems like he's able to do whatever dirty role that they need him to map, whether it's lurking or kind of being a site anchor on a bad bomb site. Those kind of spots are never really, they're always going to be unsung, and yet he doesn't really underperform. He's at least playing above, I'd say, the average of most of the players there. He's not supposed to be just the worst player on the team. He does it because he's actually great at it.
Since we are talking about the man himself, Heku is down on the sidelines for an interview with Siren.
Team Spirit managed to win NIP with a score of 2-0, and NIP actually had some problems getting even double digits on the maps. Siren, did you actually expect for this series to be like so one-sided?
It wasn't actually a very good game for us. Like, they played good in some moments, but we managed to win anyway.
Yeah, in the end, you managed to win, and as I said, like, they didn't even manage to get like 10 rounds on any of the maps. But you probably like watched their demos, so you maybe like as a professional notice that there are maybe some problems. Do you see them, or do you think it's something like outside of the server?
I think their problem that they don't have like main upper, and yeah, that's it.
So the main op is like it's just like that the op is just like not on the level that they need, right?
Yeah, actually, I think so.
I see. Well, it means that today, with today's win, you have only 2 more opponents left, that being Fnatic and Vitality. What do you think about your chances of actually getting to the playoffs?
I think Fnatic with their new roster is a very good team. They played really well. We watched some of their demos, and we were surprised that they're really good now. Vitality, they also made very good change. They had Spinks, and he's very good now. I think this team really scary.
So you think both of the teams are good, but you still have like a good chance?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, of course. Okay, thank you very much, Siren. And one more time, congratulations.
Thank you.
As always, a fantastic interview by Heku. Siren with some great insight into the team and how they're thinking right now. Group A on screen, by the way, for all of you at home, but I would like to react to some of what Siren said. Not a good game for us?
I think it's being a little harsh on themselves. Maybe because they lost a couple of rounds they really shouldn't have against Pistols.
So I was about to ask you, Blair and Maui, why would Siren say that wasn't a good game for them? Because it looked like a scoreline, at least, strong performance.
It could have been cleaner, I guess. Maybe.
With every pro team, they're always going to focus on the mistakes, and that's actually how you should
look at it. It's a blade mentality.
Yeah, it's a great way to look at the game, in fact, because then you're going to be able to, you won't just pat yourself on the back off of a single BO3 achievement. You know, you need to look at why did we lose those anti-ecos. But I did like that Siren actually targeted the NIP upper, saying that that might be a problem for them, that basically Esatag is not holding up on his end of the
I agree
bargain.
and disagree with that statement, because I agree with him that yes, on the CT side, you really could see the lack of an upper presence being felt from the side of NiP, but that wasn't the only problem.
No. I don't think, I think he just kind of picked one thing and just kind of went with it, but it is like, it's just in the greater picture of all these things that are going wrong for NiP. The T-sides aren't because of Esatag, though. Like, you cannot blame Esatag for why those T-sides are getting you 3 rounds per half.
That's, yeah.
Two rounds? 2 to 3?
It's actually,
on average?
It's actually 17.8% right now.
What is that?
So.
Do the math.
2.5.
It's like 2, yeah, it's a little like between 2 and 3.
That's what I
started with.
Math on broadcast, always a trap. Guys, I'd like to follow on from Heku's other questions as well. So, she asked Siren about their next 2 matches, Fnatic and Vitality. He says he rates Fnatic highly. Do you think that's the right frame of mind going into that matchup tomorrow?
I mean, look, I think it's rating them pretty fairly, right? You can't underestimate, nor can you overestimate your opposition. The thing with Fnatic, what they have is they do clearly have the firepower. They look very ready. And what's scary facing this Fnatic team is because how new they are, there's not much of data to work with. So I can completely agree with him that actually Fnatic might be the scarier of the two they have to face tomorrow.
And Maui, then, to you, he's saying that Vitality, with the latest change, getting Spinks in, they're very scary. I think we all agree, do you?
Spinks is the single best roster move of the roster mania period during the player break. I've said that on broadcasts for the last couple days. I'm going to keep saying it now, and I'm going to agree with Siren there that it is a very, very strong move for Vitality, and it makes them one of the best teams in the world.
And I tell you what, everybody at home, up next, it is Vitality versus Fnatic. That will be taking place at 7:30 p.m. CET. We'll be back about 10, 15, 20 minutes before then to give you a lovely night shift pre-match segment. Blair, Maui, anything else you'd like to say before we go off and concoct our schemes and plans or whatever we do?
If the haters are watching, I know they're watching, but they're going to keep enjoying the night shift.
It's nighttime somewhere on the planet. That's how latitudes and longitudes work. I'm just letting people know. Some people don't know how time works.
I love you, Gaben.
That's science.
I love you, Gaben.
Science.
That's science.
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 Looking to get more out of your CSGO fan experience? Introducing CSGO Bingo! Event pick'ems and fan club showdown. Claim free bingo cards to win amazing prizes. Predict the winners of ESL events with pick'ems for prizes and glory. Show your favorite team you're the biggest fan by winning matches in the fan club showdown. Check out csgohub.com today to take part in all of these and more.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Allez, c'est bien, on est convaincus, c'est ça que je veux voir, les mecs. Ils ont un AWP, normalement le Vzi doit en AWP. Ouais, il va sûrement tenter quelque chose. Prise vodka, rapide. Allez, go. Ça passe la banane, juste une HE. Ça smoke en banane. Ouais, quand vous voulez, je flash. T'as pompier. TP. Non, et avec votre cul. Allez, go récupérer la banane. Par contre, attendez un peu les mecs, on est même pas prêts. T'as re-smoke en banane. Ah, qui garde le mid. J'ai pas entendu que t'as demandé. Tout garde le mid s'il te plaît. Les infos et tout, on va aller retravailler la banane avec Jason. On va assurer, je vais mettre une balle au bois, nique sa mère. Ok. Garderai la vécu par contre. Voilà. Je te mets une smoke carbon, essaye de chercher un kill. Essaye de chercher un kill.
Might be able to swap this away as long as they get the opening kill on the way on into this B bomb side. If Kyoji could just be a fake element here, so they've given him a limp smoke. He can work with this.
Ah, spawn.
Yeah, they know it's going to be A.
Pas ce qu'il fait.
Während Elektrofahrzeuge geräuschärmer werden, werden auch unsere Reifen immer leiser. Ion elektrifiziert. Hankook-Reifen.
What a turnaround from Vitality. For Tazaiwu's name, we will discuss it now.
2v5, 2v5. 2v5. On est vraiment des tops en fait. Attention, attention.
Mirage the burn map because it's too long time in the pool, and I really want to see Tuscan instead of Mirage.
I think I would burn Mirage. Everyone knows all the things on Mirage, all the tricks, all the little things. Just kind of boring in my opinion.
He's been there for too long, so burnt. Good.
I definitely would want to see it adjusted, but I'm not sure how they can change it. Obviously more than just a bench, which they added in the last update. Maybe some changes to the bomb sites, maybe on A or something, or even B. Make B more exciting, because I'm a B player and just sit there jump spotting every round, so maybe a new avenue or something we can change on that side.
Based. Because it's a really good map. It's like default for all CSGO players.
Pretty based, I'd say. It's just, I feel it's quite even. Not much has changed with how it's played, but I think there's the odd thing that sometimes teams will throw out, which is interesting, but overall it's quite an even map, I think.
Ancient is based. It's not that balanced, but I don't really think that the map should be balanced at all. Like, it could be city-sided or T-sided, it's whatever. Like, it depends on how you play the game.
Ancient is best, I would say, for me. I like it. I don't think I like the old version more before the new update.
I don't play the map, so burnt as well.
Adjusted 100%. I think there's too much going on at once, like in mid and that B side of the map. I think it's just so just crazy with all the util, so I think it would be nice to maybe change some of the spam spots and that, because I think CTs are still getting loads of spam kills through the wood.
I think Jasmine, before the update, it was very nice map, but now it's more harder to play for T-side.
Adjusted. I'm a big critic of the skyboxes in the map, like it limits you so much in what you can do, but if they change that, then it'll be okay, I think.
Beyond esports by now. It's more than esports. It's not just a competition. It's the competition.
This right now in the Spodek Arena is a moment that not just me, every player, every caster waits for the entire season long.
Five control rooms, over 50 cameras installed, 15 kilometers of fiber to connect all different venues together. It was quite a challenge.
Really focused on trying to create a platform so that gaming professionals can come and compete and drive that excitement, the enthusiasm, the energy, and just provide the best experience for the competitors and for the fans around the world.
Katowice, for me, and not just me, but the StarCraft scene, is a very special tournament for us. It's the Industry Masters World Championship. We always look forward to it.
With 6 Korean names on the trophy, 2 European players set their sights on stopping number 7 from happening as thousands of gaming fans looked on.
A lot of the units going down here, but Nergio, meanwhile, Pulp is not finished here.
A historic feat was not on the cards for hometown favorite Nergio, as he could not get past Polt, the world's 4th highest earner in StarCraft. The Norwegian snoot would have to play out of his skin to overcome Hydra, one of the best players of 2015.
Look at how many upgraded units here Snoot has. He's going to push the issue now. And the ultimates are just not enough in number here from Hydra. Snoot is going to take game number 3 here.
To the surprise of many, the Team Liquid player delivered the performance to put himself a step away from something historic. And in the way was Polt.
Katowice for me is a congregation of people that share exactly what I love, and there's 11,000 of them, and that's what makes this place so special for me.
So apparently one of the casters is feeling a little sick, so we're going to go up there and help him out, all right? Follow me.
See you again.
You're going to be the second team to come, all right?
Job's done. I don't know what you guys are all worried about.
Bad thing, isn't it?
Having impressed on day one, a dominant SK Telecom T1 took to the stage. With grim determination, Team Solo Mid prepared for their toughest challenge yet.
Away just about in time. Can he get another step? No, he can't. But the rest of the TSM
Nice
are now
kick.
here.
Wow, yeah.
Svenskeren with a great kick, but the question is, have they got the damage follow-up? Double left arrives, tries to catch on towards flank. He manages to kite the damage beautifully, and Faker arrives.
SK Telecom T1 were frighteningly efficient. The doubters had been silenced and the North Americans had been sent home. Royal Never Give Up had breezed through the group stages earlier, but Fnatic, the final hope of Europe, stood in their way.
But now from even coming forward, Marta falls. Whoosh might not be far behind as well. Giant growth was
With the crowd behind them, Fnatic broke RNG in the third game to cement their place in the finals. Fnatic would come out swinging, but SKT seemed ready for anything.
Anyway, round this one, can they get themselves a kill? There's going to be one. Reckless goes down. The second is Forbidden. And now Bang continues on through. Surrender, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there you have it. The Intel Extreme Masters World Champions are going to be SK Telecom T1. A dominant 3-0 performance.
I mean, especially just the way when you first stand on the stairs, you kind of just get a glimpse and everything seems so far away. All the fans seem so far away. And then as soon as you walk down to the stairs, it just opens up, the lights are on. And it really gives you a new feeling about how big it really is. I mean, I'm sure like the fans feel it in a different way because they're sitting looking at the stage. But to stand in the middle of it all and to see everyone and all the lights and all the players, it's breathtaking, really.
It's a special event. It's really a special event. It doesn't matter what prize money it is. It matters that it's the audience, this atmosphere, this venue, this feeling, this rush that they have from playing.
Years of tradition rekindled. It was the return of Counter-Strike to the Intel Extreme Masters stage, with double champions Na'Vi facing Luminosity in the semi-final.
Okay, tags up. One. He's gonna get. Oh! I'm starting to believe as well, Henry, because he's got to take and play. Oh, Fallen! Stop blowing my mind!
After what was one of the best CSGO matches ever seen, the Brazilians came out on top. On the other side of the bracket, Fnatic fought to have their name carved into the trophy once again. Astralis, however, would not go out without a fight.
Because he can't commit too much. There he goes. He gets the first one. Now he has to plant this bomb here. Actually pulls the fake. The mind games, and he wins it!
A grueling 3 maps put the Swedes in the final against Luminosity. If the Brazilians wanted to prove themselves, they could not have found a better opponent in Fnatic. They put in a very strong performance, and somehow they were still outdone by the indomitable Swedes.
Phoenix in the pit. He's going to get the one kill in that bomb. It can't be planted inside. And Phoenix has to stay alive. He gets the triple at Phoenix. Oh my God, what a way to win that round. It's miles away from this action. They don't have a smoke for this orb. Still.
After a 6-year wait, Fnatic reclaimed the Intel Extreme Masters Trophy.
And I tell you partly why I'm tired. Partly because when you do this job, you feed off the emotions of the room. Yep. And that last match, there was a lot of emotion going on. I mean, fair enough, VP got schooled. I mean, you could tell that they just didn't want to play at the end. And now there's that emotional lull with the audience. You sort of get dragged along with it.
be more true for Ninjas in Pijamas. After DreamHack Winter 2013 and ESL Major Series 1 Katowice 2014, this legendary Swedish roster took their third shot at winning a major championship trophy. And in the grand final in Cologne, they faced their natural rivals from Fnatic. It was 1-1 in the maps and everything would be decided on the third arena, Inferno, where after the initial Fnatic lead, Freiburg helped NIP turn the tides and in time, make history in Counter-Strike.
Wolfmeister will find the shot on Exist. Freiburg does return, picks off Pronax. He's still here though, and he's going for more. 2 big frags. The third man is here, Hopper, and Freiburg somehow opens it up single-handedly. All 3 frags.
Oh, he picks up a quad kill. He could do even better than staying alive. He's praised. Freiburg misses, and as the ace, he picks it up single-handedly. Rinse Fnatic. What a play.
as we move through the dust. Nights turn into days, one by another. Under darkened skies, we await, bound to each other. But our spirits never die. Fighting as we push through the darkest times. I'll be there by your side. We arise. Everything's breaking. Our souls will awaken. Our spirits never die. At the end of the line, the trust in our hearts beating louder. Under darkened skies, we await, bound to each other. But our spirits never die. Fighting as we push through the darkest times. I'll be there by your side. We arise. Everything's breaking. Our souls will awaken. Our spirits never die.
Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night and never day. Even when I wash the floor, the dust still comes. Keep on hoping for the break. No matter how lost Need no light, no spark, I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark, I'm a quiet storm. Far from calm, I know you feel me, brother.
Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night, it's never day. Even when I watch the floor, the dust will come. Keep on hunting for the prey. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm. Far from calm, I know you feel me, brother.
Mann, ich wünschte, ich hätte meine Kräfte noch.
DC Super Pets.
This world is slowing down. How can I fight it? How can I listen when there's no sound? Oh, the wolves are out. Yes, the wolves are out. Hold on to what you found. Days are deceiving. My head is spinning round. Oh, I hear now. Yes, the wolves are out. Inside of our satellites singing surrender. Send out a signal, please Stones in a helpful hand, broken bones in a bloodstained flag. Open road and nomadic plans.
Yeah, they done told me to be myself. So when I went and found myself, the ones who told me back then, be true to who I am, ain't think we was really gonna win. Now they watching us from the sideline.
Next time, Harry, bring a mirror.
Yeah, sick advice, Hugo. Cheers.
Am I crazy, or did someone just fall in?
Oh my God, yeah, there's a man in there. See, Hugo, man, I told you this was the life.
Cheers to that. Hey, stop blocking my sun, bozo. Gentlemen, it's time.
Well, you know what that means. Henry G and Chatty B, you're out of here. You have earned your final strike, and we don't want you in the studio anymore. It's time for the Harry and Hugo take over. Yeah, they will be departing the pool accompanied by security/floorman Ollie, and they will be our casters for our final best of 3 of the day, and it's going to be Vitality versus Fnatic. My name is Parla. I'm still one of your desk hosts. I'm still joined by the fantastic and wonderful Blair and Maui Snake. Can we get a quick Maui bop to set the tone? This is one of my favorite pieces of art. It's a dance that Maui does very regularly.
Is this it?
Can we get any music so we can get into it? Any music from our producer at all? Just
a silent dance.
There we go. Yeah, a little Maui bop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody do it. Everybody at home do it.
Everybody
it goes like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we get a close-up on that? A little close-up on the mat. Keep dancing.
Oh, okay.
Can we get a close-up on the Maui bop, please?
Woo.
No.
No. We're just going to keep moving forward. We're going to keep on going here. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go.
A little late, but it's fine.
We did it. We did it. We did it, Reddit. We did it.
Let's get it trending, guys. Hashtag the Maui Bop. All right.
To the front page.
It's time to get into the serious stuff, the Counter-Strike. We have Vitality and Fnatic going into this final best of 3 of the day here at ESL Pro League Season 16. It's shaping up to be quite the barn burner. Don't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Vitality have looked incredible thus far. They're the best-looking team. They haven't lost a game yet. Zaiwu playing at the level we want to see him play at. Everyone looking good. The Sphinx Edition, we thought, after Blast is going to be continuing his form. In fact, he looks even better. The team's looking fantastic. But for me, the surprise of this group has to be Fnatic. The Swedes, well, the one Swede and the rest of these motley crew, they seem to be back.
The thing with this Fnatic lineup is that it almost feels like you look at this team and you're like, how are they going to put this together? How are they going to put these 2 players from Copenhagen Flames? How are they going to add Crims to that? How are they going to add this British IGL who never even called before in Mezzi? But they're doing it. It's all coming together. Fasher was somehow the missing piece here, and based off of what Mezzi said about what he's contributing in terms of being vocal in the server and what the 2 Danish players in Roy and Nikodas are saying, they're finding their stride. They're in a honeymoon right now, and that is clear and apparent in all the matches that they've played thus far.
I'm loving the passion out of our Snake on the desk. And as we just saw on screen, this is the first time that these 2 rosters in their latest editions are going to be playing against each other. How's that going to factor into this matchup?
I think it's very interesting, right? Again, these 2 lineups are international lineup, so to speak. A lot of changes taking place. Apex obviously has been calling for quite a while with this particular team. The comms issues seem to be much better right now. Spinks coming in has added a lot when it comes to the comms and the synergy as well, and it's quite evident in the server. On the flip side, from Mezzi, like you said, Maui, it's his first time actually really calling, right? And then you have, of course, the experience coming in the form of Roy and Nikodas, who've never played international teams in the past. So again, it's a motley crew, but somehow they're making it work. So it's like a tried and tested team in the form of Vitality, apart from Sphinx, that is, and of course a brand new lineup of Fnatic. It's going to be interesting in the server. It's exciting for me.
We can see both rosters on screen in all of their glory, and interestingly, which we'll show shortly, Vitality have some of the top performers for the whole of ESL Pro League Season 16 so far on their team. 4 of them. ZywOo, Spinx, Apex, and Magis.
Apex being there is just huge, right? You already have ZywOo and Spinx just popping off. You have Magisk, who's been looking very solid as well. Dupree's been doing his job. He hasn't really had to step up. But Apex finding so much impact, Maui, that's not something I expected to see.
He had some blowout performances versus Endpoint, versus NIP. It seems like he's good for one map per series now, where the game plan's going to go so well that even Apex, who's usually towards the bottom of the scoreboard, is going to find a way to pop off. And then, of course, you have ZywOo and what is now supposed to be his right-hand man in Spinx. There's so much firepower with this Vitality lineup, on top of the fact that they have tons of experience, because everybody now can, they're coming together in a way very quickly that is looking like they're so polished, despite the fact that it's only been just a few weeks in terms of officials with this lineup.
And Blair and Maui, this leads us very well into our next point. If we look more generally beyond just rating, who are the top 2 fraggers at ESL Pro League Season 16 so far? I'll tell you what, one of them is on Vitality and the other is on Fnatic. ZywOo, I don't think it's a surprise, but Roy making into the second place position in terms of frags, pretty damn good.
It's so impressive for me personally that Roy, when he saw this Copenhagen Flames lineup make a kind of a impact, so to speak, in the scene last year, it was Roy who was kind of the star player, right? The aging superstar, as a lot of people like to call him. And then he had the likes of Yabi and Nikolas, everyone step up. But he's continuing this form in a whole different team altogether, in a team which is an international team. The comms are completely different, a whole different ball game for him, and yet he continues to deliver. That is a statement.
Maui, important question. What is ZywOo praying for?
He's praying for
number 1 HLTV.
I think he's praying for on Simple's downfall.
It did happen today.
They're all praying on his downfall, mate.
Yeah, that is, he can be number 1 again. I really like that Fnatic have shown this side to themselves, that it's not just really it's like kind of multiple win conditions every game that I've seen for Fnatic so far. That's what I like. It can be a really strong CT side, a very methodical T side, or sometimes just flashy plays from individuals. Like I've seen every type of win coming out from this team so far. So Vitality are going to be severely tested in this game, and I think that's one of the main points I want to hit with this matchup, is that before this group stage started, I think most people would have just easily said this is Vitality's game all day, all week. But now Fnatic have shown such a strong outing here thus far that you really can't just take your foot off the gas of your Vitality. This is a game you need to shape up for.
Of the previous 2 players that we just saw, ZywOo and Roy, it's obviously so easy to have a highlight reel of ZywOo. So why don't we take a look at some of Roy's highlights so far and see what he's been doing so well?
And it's been like finding crazy impact as well, right, for his team. And Ancient is something I wanted to touch upon. If you look at the scoreline there, Na'Vi were leading 9-1 or 9-2 at one point.
Yeah.
And one thing which I really liked, even though Fnatic wound up losing the series 2-1 overall, the fact that they had the mental resilience to switch over to the second half and then just shut it down and close out the first map in what looked like was a done and dusted affair, I think shows a lot when it comes to the depth this team can potentially have. With such a new lineup, with new players coming in, I would have kind of forgiven them if they kind of just completely crumbled and capitulated in Na'Vi in that particular series. So yeah, this team has fight, and they seem to have that mental strength, which is quite lacking in a lot of newer teams.
What I like about a lot of these highlights for Roy is that he is frequently looking to take space in them. That's basic. That's how I would characterize him for this Fnatic team, as one of the main space takers for it. And on the T side, it's going to be up to him to try to test that Vitality defense very frequently. I'm very curious if we're going to see a Vertigo, because that was Roy's signature map for me when he was on Copenhagen Flames. He was so good at moving up that ramp, but now the challenge is up against ZywOo. So that matchup that we showed earlier, I hope we get to see them pitted against each other on it.
Before we get into vetoes and all other things CS,